Hey, and we are live. Hey, everybody. We are back from a absolutely long weekend at Central New York RPG Con. Today, we got a very special guest joining us. We got Jay Scott. You might not know him as Jay Scott. You might know him as Lord Gasumba. He's on Twitch. I don't know if you're the only GM on Twitch, but I think you're the only one anybody knows about.
Well, thank you. I am the anti villain to all the YouTubers and all those certain cons that we go to. So,
So it's great to have you here to chat about the convention and stuff. So
thank you all for having me on.
And of course we got Mike from Thunderstruck, and Mothership Matt, or Warden Matt, Mothership Aficionado. Now he keeps changing the title.
Yeah, keep you on your toes.
Stan from Troll Den Painting. Stan, seeing your stuff up close, my God, it is.
Thanks.
Wow.
Thanks.
I mean, I can't paint that detail. I mean, with a magnifying glass, it's just fantastic. Mm-hmm. And of course, we got Jason back. He was joining us this weekend. We were all at CNY together, and of course, Jay was a special guest, and Mike and Stan were vendors, and Matt was there as a GM, and Jason was staff, and I was just really nobody. So we're all, we were all there hanging out. And I got to say, before the show started, Jay, right before you came in the back room, I told the guys that I'll be right back. I had to go put my uniform on or costume on. And I meant that I had to grab my vest, because I always got to have my vest on. And they got nervous because they thought I was going to grab that T-shirt.
That chest piece T-shirt you were wandering around with? Yeah.
Yes.
That was sexy.
General public doesn't need to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
There's some pictures out there. So, So Jay, you've been. I know we're supposed to talk about the convention and all that stuff, but
talk about whatever you want.
You've been streaming now for, or you've been gaming in Greyhawk for a couple of years now, right? It almost as old as I am, right?
It came out in 1980, and I started right when it came out. It was like August of '80, which is when that.
Wow.
And so the campaign's that long. But I started in ’78 with Holmes Basic. So I was like 11 years old. I know I don't look that old, but I'm lucky. I'm blessed, I guess. So, but yeah, it's been so the campaign's in its 46th continuous year. Yeah, of Greyhawk.
Wow.
For some reason,
it's fantastic.
I was a kid, and I don't know why. I wrote my first adventure down. I logged every single adventure that we've ever done. So we're at 1,000. Wow. This Thursday's 1,192.
Oh wow! From the beginning.
Yeah, and about 750 sessions is the guess. We don't know how many sessions, but yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, I'm lucky if I get a campaign that lasts a couple of years, before it just falls apart. So,
well, I'm the prototypical term that I hate this term, the West Marches term. That's the style that I've always used. Where I have 28 adventuring groups. And it just depends on who's available when, and that's how we do it. Now I have a ton of special guest groups as well that come in and out. Like Ed Greenwood's got his own group. They're named 2 Drink Minimum. I was wearing the burgundy shirt with the 2 Drinks logo on it. That's his group. And then Todd Stashwick playing occasionally, Luke Gygax playing occasionally, along with a lot of other streamers and a lot of other people in the community. So
that's cool.
Blessed.
Yeah, that's a blast. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So what got CNY on the radar for you? What made you say, "Hey, I want to go there"?
That's a great question. Gary Con is awesome, right? That's my top con every year. Getting my terrain to Gary Con is a nightmare because I fly there, right? So I was like, I want to do more local cons. I really do. So. Tiffany Rosenickel and I are doing some partnerships, some things coming up. And I said to Tiffany, I said, what's your schedule like coming up for this weekend. I mean, I know how busy you are. Do you have she goes like 30 to 40 cons a year, which is insane.
That's
can
nuts.
you do this? So we can do some planning on what we got going on. And she's like, yeah, I actually can. And that's when I was thinking, oh, Roger's, I've seen Roger Page last couple of years. All he asked me to come. I just couldn't commit. And so that's when I contacted you, and things worked out. And it was fun.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, you get to meet one of your followers, right? One of your subscribers.
Savage Splendor, yes.
Yeah.
And he hasn't talked about it much, but he and I are going to be going through the same thing. He's battling cancer now, so I know where he's from on that. He played in all the, he played in both my games at Tiffany's RuneQuest game. Great guy. He's a regular on that. I was glad to see him in person. There's a lot of people. The gentleman's Kevin. Oh gosh, Darragar.
Kevin Doyle. Darragar. Yeah, Darragar.
Yeah, I was so happy to see him there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy, and he had his crew with him. So that was great to see, and then a lot of other people like Jason Bay, and it's always seeing Joe Block is great, and all the other special guests. Seeing Mike, Mike will tell you on the first one at his team at Page, I want this, just leave him on the table.
Yeah.
So
Mike and I were looking at pictures of his booth from last year compared to his booth from this year. Sorry if this conversation was private, Mike.
No, that's fine.
But wow, just
you could share the pictures.
Painting and everything. And I mean, I can't believe you get on me for not having painted terrain and seeing those old pictures. That was just all gray filament, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, half the table was painted.
No, it was good. But now, I mean, the towers have gotten bigger, and just the detail, and it's just absolutely phenomenal.
Yep.
It's just great. And there's nothing like seeing them in person.
I was already looking through my library stuff today to see what new products I'm going to add. And to supplement, I'm going to start selling through the Facebook groups like RPG Auctions and RPG Marketplace. Make a piece or two a week, and make a few $100 extra every week doing it.
Yeah, Valimir Klemer, West Marches. You mean how Gary Robb ran their games during the 70s? Yeah.
I hate the term. But it was coined about like the early 2000s,
2001 or something. At Ben Robbins.
I've been doing it forever. So it's okay. Yeah.
Even Edgelord, Mike's
pools of characters. You have pools of adventures and characters.
Yeah.
That's another key. That's another key to streaming. A lot of channels cancel because one person's out. You can't.
Right.
You can't. The audience relies on you to provide them entertainment. So even if you got two out, have replacements, have standbys, it helps.
Yeah.
So.
And Woody, I mean, you got people on like retainer or whatever that are just ready to just go if somebody.
So kind of like this Saturday, I have the king of all of GaryCon, Josh Pop himself, who runs. He's playing Saturday morning's game because a lot of people are out. So whether they got vacations or other things. So Josh is actually going to hop on and fill in for Saturday's morning's game, which is cool. I mean, that's the kind of thing, and they want to play, and it's just a matter of people enjoying themselves. It's just we do a lot of one shots and a lot of all in the campaign itself. So there's always these long-term products, I call them. Sometimes they're running 20, 25 years. Some of the really long ones, and it's just all. It's in the world. It's like Greyhawk exists, and then this adventure happened here and here, and it all encompasses. Other groups may run across each other. I've had that. We've crossed over groups where they adventure together. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, you mentioned letting people enjoy themselves, and that's that was kind of like what was the start of the whole convention for me. Was like I just want to have people game and have a good time and enjoy themselves, and I think we got there somehow. And and I've said it before, like I don't think it's me. I don't want to take credit for it. I know a lot of people want to give me credit, and it's everybody that's in. But you know what I mean. You believed enough to come out. You know what I mean. It's if we didn't have people coming out, like it'd be me playing with myself in a room. You know what I mean. That's
nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody.
Yeah, it's that's the thing is get word of mouth really is important. It really is. And then there's the thing of growing too fast. It
Sure.
just you got to grow at an even pace and have something that everyone really likes. And I know if Tiffany and I, if our schedules work, we'll both come back next year.
Yeah.
Really. So yeah,
No, I appreciate it.
she's in
Absolutely. You're
Florida.
welcome back.
She flew down to Florida this morning on a vacation. So unfortunately, that's why I didn't. That's why she's
Yeah.
not here.
No,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah.
And she got to meet with her publisher finally face to face too.
Yeah, with Chelsea.
Which was cool. Yeah. She was ecstatic about that. She said she'd been dealing with her for years and never got a chance to meet her.
Funny story there. So I think it was Friday she was there. So they decided to go stream back in the room. Just so Tiffany's there because she was all excited about it in Chelsea. So I went in there to get something, and I said an off-color kind of joke to Chelsea, and she turns around right off camera. And she gives me the finger, and I started laughing. I was like, "That's awesome!" Yeah, it was hysterical, right live. So
Nice.
it was fun. She was really nice. So we're talking about seeing if they can get her to Gary Con. Her definitely coming back next year.
Yeah. And I get it.
game.
The dates and stuff are the week after North Texas. It's I mean the calendar's full. It's hard to pick a date for a convention.
Oh, the North Texas guys. That's why I had them on the other night. I wanted them to talk about it because Jim Kitchen and Bad Mike and Bill Meinhardt. I mean, Meinhardt's got the largest collection in the world, right? It's even mine's nothing compared to his stuff. But yeah, he's and they're very good at raising money. So it's another thing I wanted to talk to him about. So that's why we talk about both conventions. Ben Mike was very positive about CMY too. If you saw,
I did. I messaged him and I thanked him, and he was basically like credit where credit was due, and and
absolutely.
he says you're doing really well. And Chubby's got a question here, really quick. You mentioned growth. So last year we were at 202. The final number for this year was 244. So we had 20% growth, which I think is great. I think it's really nice. If we could do another 20% next year, I think that'd be fantastic.
The intimacy was great. I loved it.
Yeah. Chubby wants to know, what was the funniest story of the convention? Anybody got a funny story? I got one, but I don't want to just take the spotlight here. So
I'm playing the game Saturday morning, and Tiffany's got a character. She's got I have this clan of humans, the Winchesters, and I always well before Supernatural, everyone, I always say they stole the name from me. So goes back to the 80s. She's playing Gemma Winchester, half elf, very flighty, and she starts talking about, can we all be friends? It's, like this. And there was an older lady and her husband sitting on the other side of the table, and she's playing a half elf as well, and she's talking all this stuff. And I'm sorry, I forget her name, but she looks over and goes, "Are you high?" she said, "Are you even taking a wacky weed?" And then she goes, "Well, my dad always says no, drugs aren't good for you. And if I was on drugs, I'd probably try and take the world over." And the older gentleman, her husband, he's like this. He just puts his head up and down. That was funny. Yeah, so she plays that character really well.
Yeah, a lot of great people. You guys got a funny story, or anybody else? Mike, Matt?
I don't know, man. I was too tired.
Yeah, Matt,
too tired to remember what happened.
You got a funny moment, or?
I mean, I know some of you guys have played Last Things Last from Delta Green. Mm-hmm. At least, yeah. There's a red herring NPC in that. Because the setup is basically an agent dies and you have to go to his apartment, and the apartment leads you to another location. And so there's a nosy neighbor, Mrs. Janowitz, that's just a total red herring character. But every time I've run it, you sort of play her up, and somebody inevitably goes with her to her apartment and gets convinced that she's you know, she's in on something or she's evil or something. And it's always this moment of like, somebody going to kill poor Mrs. Janowitz. So, but the whole rest of the game, like every time there's like a jump scare, it's always like you open the door and it's Mrs. Janowitz. No, it's not. So but it's funny. Every time you run that thing, it's like, there's something about an old lady neighbor that just lingers like a little bit too long that just gets under everybody's skin. It happens every time. I don't know if that happened in your guys' games when you played or ran it, but it's every time I've run it, it's been the same.
My guys were paranoid of everything.
Yeah.
Scorched
I've only had one group that killed her
Give
so
it a-
far. I think like one group
Oh,
out of
geez.
6 actually did. One guy was just like, yeah, I'm gonna kill
Did her in.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay. But
Stan, you got any funny moments?
I do. It's not gaming related, but anybody that ate in the restaurant during dinner time can relate. It was karaoke night.
Oh god.
Oh,
And there was a dude up there that was fucking god awful. And the guy there was a table next to us, and there was this one guy sitting at the table, and my son noticed it first. He was laughing so hard at this guy. He was literally like sobbing, like crying, because the guy was awful, like awful. I could have murdered cats with better harmony than
Oh my
this
god.
guy was belting out. And he was just as bad as that guy the night that we were
Saturday.
in there, Jay.
Yeah,
That guy. Oh
musician
my
they
God.
have.
Jesus.
I was gonna go up and request. I like big butts. No,
There you
I'm
go.
kidding. Yeah, it was
Jason, you got a funny story or?
I don't, but I know that Chubby has to leave soon. So I wanted to tell him my Skyrim or my Shadowrim game was a huge success. It was you nailed the flavor of Skyrim. When we were packing up and leaving, one of the guys that was across the table from me looked at me and said, "Man, I haven't played Skyrim in years. I'm going to go home and load it up." And when he said that, I was like, man, I mean, for me, that's like,
Endorsement.
you freaking nailed it. It was great. So, yeah. I just wanted to let you know
fantastic.
it was, really, really great. So everybody was very happy with it.
So I played in Matt Tapp's game Dracula in Space, and it went south in a hurry. And we were on a spaceship, Dracula, right? And we found a bunch of vampires that were nesting, and somebody made a roll to, like basically kill them, to flush them or whatever, and botched that roll horribly. So he woke them all up. So now, so I ended up getting killed like right away. So now I'm a white.
Oh man.
And Matt says, well, you could play the white, or you can, I'll give you another character. And I was like, all right, well, I'll kill these guys. I don't whatever you want me to. So I swing at Dan's character, and I just crushed him. And he goes down, he turns into a white. So in the meantime, Matt, this other Matt, he's trying to cast fire spells, and he runs out of fire spells. The only thing he's got left is Volcano. And so he ends up casting that on the ship, and he crit successes. So he Volcano, in the ship, and just erupts and just fills the entire ship with molten lava, and just kills everybody and encases this whole thing. And that was the game. That was it. I mean, it's just crazy.
mission accomplished.
Yeah. I mean, I chalked that one up as a win. I mean, I think we killed Dracula.
Yeah, Matt was telling me the story. He's like, well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Mission success.
Just great. Just the way that it worked. It was just crazy. So, Edgelord said he left right after Jason's game. Yeah. Lord Mattias. Yeah. He was there on Sunday walking around. Next time he's going to come for the whole weekend, but, we'll see. So
I do have a little funny story, just a real brief one.
Yeah.
So, we get on the stream, and for weeks, Edgelord's been talking about, I'm going to bring Blanton's for you. We're going to have some shots.
Jeez.
He shows up at like 9:00 Friday morning, walks up to my booth with the Blantons in his hands.
Yeah.
You ready? I'm like, no. Good night.
Oh my
I got work
gosh.
to do first.
yeah. Yeah, way too early for that. I know
he
Friday morning.
He wasn't
He's walking
messing
around
around.
with a bottle. No. Oh my God. Yeah, that was crazy. Oh, he didn't even come say hi to you, Mike.
Well, that's all right. Next time.
Hey, John, thanks for watching. Yeah, he was ready. He was ready. All right. So, yeah, it was a blast this weekend. We had we had fun. Jay, you ran what, 2 games? Was it?
Yeah,
One on.
I ran 2. I ran one at 4 on Friday and then one Saturday morning, and then I played in Tiffany's RuneQuest game because
That's right.
that
Yeah.
one, the rules aren't out yet. That's and it's under NDA
Yeah.
when they're coming out, and she wrote a lot of them.
Okay. I thought that
and-
was next year. I thought they said.
Probably.
Maybe not.
But
like,
date though is
officially.
unknown. So so I ran an Ancient Awakening, and I kind of kissed Joe Block's behind a little bit with that one because he has an article in Dragon, his biggest article ever put, see the Pomarge and die, which is from everyone knows this legendary article about all the humanoids in the Pomarge. He also has a hero champion deity in that article called Crovis, who's like a Flan deity who's going to protect the Flan peoples one day. So I use Crovis a lot in my campaign. So they actually found a burial chamber tomb of a champion of Crovis. But so the spirit comes out at the end, says, who wants to take my place? And none of them wanted to do it. So yeah, that was, and then the second one was I used Mike's stair portal. You know, if you saw that stair portal, I got that a page because I've always had a location in my alert modes called the Stairs to Nowhere. So it was perfect for it. So that's still what I use for it. And there's a portal master, a Becklunish portal master had come through, and it was like scolding all the adventurers that had come to stop him. Like, you're messing with magics you don't know about. And so there was Jinn, Marids, Deos, all that kind of stuff coming out. That was fun too. So we had a good time. Yeah, it was good.
I had to laugh when you told me you weren't using those pegs for the portal.
I have not. I've never used them. In fact, I got to find the bag for them.
If
where
you
they
don't
are.
have them, let me know. I'll send you another.
Yeah, I may need to. Yeah. I may need to. Yeah, but
those are really cool with the cell phone and everything.
Oh yeah. I got a flat one.
Cool.
I got a flat one. It's like a water fountain one from Mike, and I got the large one up the steps.
Yeah, I have a couple more here unpainted that I didn't bring with me that are like a different style. I haven't brought out yet.
Yeah, and they're perfect.
Yeah, that staircase one is perfect. Yeah, it's all. I love it. Yeah, I want to buy it, but I don't have like a use case where I'd use it more than once or twice. That's my whole thing.
So with Mike's stuff, I look and I go, where are set locations that I can in my game? Like the big tower, the not the one that was ruined, but so that is the Seeker Tower, which the Seekers is an organization in Greyhawk that seeks out magic, and they kind of try. There's the Silent Ones and the Seekers, they're rivals. So that's the Seeker Tower in my free city of Altamira. So it works. It works.
Yeah, so you can keep going back to that and have.
Yeah, absolutely. And the portal, the Stairs to Nowhere is a focal point in my game in the Lord Mills. So yeah,
that's cool. You mentioned that at the end, the god there asked somebody to take his place or whatever to step in.
It was a champion of the god.
Champion.
Yeah, and they would have gotten his sword, and then when Crovis had come, they would have had to serve Crovis. That was it, and they didn't want to have anything to do with it. It was funny.
We did that in a con. Jason and I were playing in a Shadow Dark game at PAX Unplugged a couple years back, and we were like slaves that got sent into this tomb or whatever. Go get the MacGuffin and come back out, and we get to the end, and this thing. We open this thing, and whatever comes out and says, "Oh, serve me," and I won't destroy you or whatever. And we were like, "Will you kill the guys outside that are whipping us?" And the GM rolls the dice and is like, "Yes." And I go, "Great, all hail Lord whatever."
Behold,
we're in. And then and the GM is like, "Well, that usually doesn't happen."
It was great.
That's a fun time when you get the some random stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of the same game every time. Different groups, different people do crazy things. So fun times. That's a great story. I could see that. I could picture that lady and her husband too.
Oh man, they played both games, so they played the same character both.
Yeah.
One of them is Mike knows is Mike Disney's character, Scarn Wolfmaster, the dwarf priest of Moradin. So what I do is I allowed them to play them at a set certain level. They're higher actually in the game now than the one we're doing. And then she played a elven female fighter mage.
So I can't remember the name. She's got long gray hair. He's got short curly gray hair.
Short curly. Yeah, absolutely. Those yeah, absolutely.
And I can picture her.
Yeah, he's like that
too. Are you high?
Yeah. Oh, it's funny.
It's hilarious. We got a question for Stan. Plastic Warhammer minis that have been painted. How do you get the paint off of them?
Good question. I would try simple green. I wouldn't go anything more aggressive because
if it's just got a base, plastic. If it's just got a base color on them and it's thin, I would paint over it. But
I do a lot of that too, actually. If it's a whole thing, or if it's old and really nasty, you'll want to get rid of it. But simple green. If it's a metal miniature, I just use fingernail polish remover, much to my wife's chagrin, because I steal hers.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do that on a plastic mini, though.
No, because it will melt into goo.
Yeah.
If you do it with a plastic mini.
Definitely
try simple green.
Yeah, make some neat abomination monsters out of that, maybe.
Yeah. Definitely don't do it on PLA. You'll be melting your buildings.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That stuff's really aggressive.
So simple green
you could even try
on plastic.
Simple green. I mean, some people have mixed results with it. I've had mixed results with it. Never like harsh results with it, like how effective it is. So I mean, you may want to just try diluting it a little bit with some water at first, just to make sure it's not overly aggressive on
and
plastic.
Start someplace it's not going to be seen on the mini, the backside or like the bottom of the foot or something.
To the bottom, yeah,
or a weapon or something that can be easily replaced. Or
I concur with Edgelord there. You could try LA Awesome. They sell it at Walmart in gallon bottles, and it's like $5 for a gallon. And I bought a gallon of it. I put it in spray bottles, and it works very well for cleaning out the inside of the laser when you get the smoke residue inside.
I'll have to remember that. I honestly don't strip a lot of miniatures. It's a giant pain in the butt usually, and if I don't have to, I don't do it. Like Mike said, a lot of times I'll just paint over it.
I generally just paint over.
Yeah, fun times. What just want to talk about CNY a little bit. How did it go for you guys? I mean, you guys got any what do you think went really well? Is there anything we can do better, you think? Or
I thought the table spread was really good this year. It was a little tight last year.
Yeah.
I was worried about that.
Yeah.
But you and I talked about opening up the second half of the other room. Man, that made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Just make sure you keep your expensive mini cabinets away from backpacks.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That was
it worked out.
That was a moment. Yeah,
it was a moment, but it worked out.
That was a moment.
Yeah.
I think that the hotel needs to bring more staff on and waitresses.
Yes. Last year they did the food was fantastic. The food service and everything was fantastic. Yeah. This year they had a problem. The waitress didn't come in till late, I guess, and then they were short staffed for that, and so we ended up having Andrew ended up running.
Were you there for lunch
and help out?
Were you still there for lunch on Sunday, Jay?
No, I left at by 9 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. The people that were there working busted their ass.
Okay,
yeah, they did.
I mean, on Sunday, the waitress didn't show up. The cook came out, took orders.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then he delivered it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's cool.
The ones that were there did what they could, but corporate.
There's actually a lot of places to eat within 10 minutes too. Like I didn't realize the first night I probably would have gone out, but I mean, I went to I got barbecue and back the one I think Saturday lunch, less than 45 minutes, and then I think for dinner I went there. I got Starbucks and I got something to eat and got back within a half hour. I mean, there's a million places to eat. That are one shopping center is 6 minutes away. It's got 15. There's 15 places to eat over there.
Yeah,
I crap on Utica a lot. And that's just because I'm not a city guy. I prefer being out in the country. But man, Utica has some really incredible restaurants. It's got some of the best pizza I've ever had, and I'm a pizza nut. So yeah, good, very good food selection out there.
I got to come out sometime and you got to show me this pizza because The only pizza I've had in Utica was the pizza at the hotel, and that's not pizza. It was edible, but it's not
Oh,
pizza.
boy.
Hotel
Here we
pizza is
go.
never going to be. I don't think that's what Jason's talking about.
No, I'm sure
No.
he's not.
For hotel pizza, I think it was decent pizza.
I thought it was very good.
It hit the spot.
I mean, like I said, it was edible. It was edible. It worked.
All right. So
Hey, that popcorn was good.
Yeah.
What do you got, Jay?
just like Gary Con, I park my car and I don't move it, right? The entire time. I really liked that. I did not move my car one time till we left. It's an intimate con. I want to sit and talk with people when I'm eating and stuff in the morning or whatever. I want to interact with people the whole time I'm there. So I'd love to go off, but then I'll stretch it out to an hour, 2 hours. You know what I mean? So I really, in this case, and with Tiffany there as well, I wanted her to meet a whole bunch of new people too. And some people that that she may just only know them by a Twitch name. So yeah, that I liked. So staying on the whole time was great.
Yeah. I like that too because it's probably similar to Jay. I had a 5.5 hour drive, and it was nice to get there and then not really have to leave until we left. I mean, my son went out a couple times, like got us Gatorades and stuff like that to get us through the day, but we didn't have to go anywhere. Like it was. I really like that aspect of it.
One thing I really liked about it was the fact that being a small con like this,
they're savage.
Like if we went to other bigger cons I've been to, you can meet up with your friends and whatever else. But the thing is, when you're in a giant gaming hall, sometimes you don't know where they are. They could be off in some game and whatever. You don't see them. Having this small little intimate con, you had 2 rooms of gaming. You had people out, if it was after hours, you had people sitting out in the hall on the couches and whatever else. It was easy to find. You were going to be in 1 or 2 gaming rooms out in the hall or in the bar. And it was all right there. And, there was never a night that we didn't get a group of people together and go get dinner or sit around and have some drinks. And,
it was fun.
Just the after parties were fun. And it wasn't like it was, I'm sure there were some people getting pretty wasted, but most of the people were just like, let's have some shots and have a couple drinks and talk stories. And it was a great time. I haven't got that at another con. I mean, even like Paige, I love the first night when everybody comes to the hotel and everything, but man, it's chaos because it's so many people packed in there. And you got like an hour wait at the bar to try and get a drink because they're scrambling, and they do the same thing. Hilton does the same crap where they like, hey, you're going to have a convention with all these people. And we're going to have one bartender. They get away with it because what are you going to do? You know what I mean? At that point, it's done. You can't really.
The hotel has assured me that won't happen again next year.
That's great. So I really liked it.
Probably have a staff mutiny if they do. I mean, I'd be like, get bent. Like that woman that waited on us like all weekend. I mean, she worked her ass off. Like no complaints about her whatsoever. She was great.
Let's also say
the bartender was great, good too.
Yeah. How generous the Emperor's Choice guys are.
Oh my god!
They picked up our tab Saturday night.
I know.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you can't say.
They've always done stuff like that. Yeah.
It's crazy.
They're absolutely fantastic.
Rogers, it's okay. I'll announce this. Tiffany and I, both our channels now are going to be officially sponsored by Emperor's Choice and Arduin.
Awesome.
And, yeah. So here.
Very cool.
Here.
That's cool. Yeah.
These are all like these are heavy, man. These are all cards to give away. Right?
Yeah.
Boxes of
fantastic.
And stuff. He gave us a lot of stuff, but we're gonna do a big giveaway with them on a 24-hour stream, July 11th. It's gonna give away a complete set of the
those.
Yeah. Complete set of the Conan's miniatures, all 7 on July 11th. So
nice.
Plus a lot of other stuff that's coming. So really nice guys. Cool. Yeah.
Those guys are great. Yeah.
They were fantastic.
Yeah.
And that like I said, once again, that combination between Mike's terrain, I wish I could use you more, man. I really do. I mean, your painting is brilliant. It's crisp.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And their minis all together with that piece of scenery. I can't wait to use it. So
there's a very distinct reason why I focus on terrain at my table. I paint my own minis, and they're good enough for my table.
Yeah.
But when you see guys like Stan putting stuff out there, they're in different leagues.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So
it puts us all to shame.
It's easy. Listen, my close-up eyes aren't bad and all, but man, just painting those little tiny details,
It was one of the funny things, like all during the con, like people came up to my booth and I had this happen more than once, and they were like, "Oh, I tried painting minis, but I suck." And I've told this story to you guys, but I'm like, I have the first miniature I painted, and I kicked myself in the butt for not bringing it with me because I'm like, it sucks, like it's awful, and I'm like, we all suck when we start, right? Like,
yeah.
Nobody's great out of the gate.
Yes,
So,
but some of us suck
yeah.
forever, and some of us get a lot better.
When I wasn't running around doing things more useful, I was sitting next to Ducato. I hung out with Ducato and Mike almost the entire con. And at one point, I said, "Hey, can I pull up a chair and watch you paint?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course, go ahead." So I'm sitting there watching, and we're chatting back and forth. It's real casual, and like he's barely even looking at it. He's like little tiny brown stripe, and I was like, his hands are so freaking steady, and I'm just like, I could never do that. I really don't believe I could do that. I was honestly amazed watching Stan.
First mini, Stan, straight from a Reaper kit.
Oh, I gotta bring mine out. It's in the other room, but next time I'll have it. So the whole hand thing, that's just like a technique, right? Like, because my hands are in rough shape. Like, I got injured as a kid. I'm missing the ends of like the first 3 of my fingers.
I was going to ask you if you had an encounter with a table saw.
Yeah, 16 years or more of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I got fingers I can't even straighten. So it's like,
do you use one hand? Do you use one hand to steady the other when you're painting fine details?
There's a way to do it. Like a lot of times I'll brace off the table. So like I have these miniature, if I'm painting a character miniature, like Games Workshop and other people make these miniature holders, and I use those a lot. But like when I do it, like I'll brace my hands or my forearms on the table so I can if I need to be really steady and precise.
I learned that trick from shooting at work.
Mm-hmm.
When you're sitting at a bench shooting like an AR or something, and you're bracing it with your hand, like spider or whatever, and just resting it. And I do that now when I paint. I'll literally brace my hand to give me a stable platform to put the other one on. Because I don't really need to do it with terrain, but when I get to little fine details on minis, of course.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have seen how I do my paint jobs, so
I don't touch it.
These guys get on me because I got an FDM printer, and so when I need goblins, I'll just put the green filament in and just print. They'll just be solid green. Oh, kobolds. Oh, red. We'll do these guys in red.
Blue frost giants, orange fire giants. We know what they are.
Yeah,
it's all that matters.
But I could batch out, 20 of them. You know what I mean? I could just hit go and then come back and they're done and just put them on the table.
That's one of my favorite giants right here.
Yeah, that's cool.
God. Stan loaned me a bunch of minis to run my game. And previously he was like, hey, I've got some Skyrim minis if you want to use them. So absolutely. And we used the character models throughout the game, but I was drawing little X's on the board and all that. It wasn't a big deal. But then once we did the final encounter, because Stan had a bunch of undead, a bunch of Draugr and Death Lords and stuff. And I had not planned on having them go into a barrel, but I looked behind me and I was like, oh God, I've got to use these minis. They're really good. And I want everybody to see them. So I guided them towards the barrel and they went in. And so I put, we had a couple of, like skeleton Draugrs, the low levels, put those guys out fighting those. One Death Lord, they fought those. And the Death Lord was getting close to doing them in. Poor Mike, the guy sitting to my right, he rolled worse than me on my worst days. It was awful watching this guy roll. But they finished the fight, and I look back, and there's a Dragon Priest, and I was like, oh, we're not done yet. So I put the Dragon Priest out there, and Edgelord was like, oh, I was wondering if you had one of those. Yeah.
I painted that specifically to bring Jason, because that was hanging in my rack forever, and I was like, oh, I got to make sure he has the chance to use that if he needs it.
It was great. Yeah.
I'm just like,
and like I said, Chubby's book makes the game great, But man, your miniatures, especially on that last battle, that really brought them to life. It was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Those things. Yeah.
It was cool to kind of go around like George Hardy he came over and bought like 2 trolls off me before his game, and then he was using them. So it was kind of fun to walk around and then see Jason's game and George's game, and then have my stuff on the table.
You
cool.
got to do like a miniature rental service at the convention.
It gets better, Stan, when you walk around and you see Jay's got my terrain there, George has got my terrain there. Troy Cannibal's got my terrain there, and they're all running them at the same con. And, it was nice because, like, I don't think George had any of my terrain. I don't know if he brought the bridge or he likes to use the bridge.
I think he just had, well, when I looked, he just had it down now.
I didn't pay attention to what he had this time. But, in the past, these guys, like, have come over and grabbed stacks of business cards and throw them on the table. Because every time somebody asks, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's from him," and they send him over, which is great.
I had a guy from George's table came actually over and bought a troll because he liked them, so that was really nice.
I'm really hoping. I've mentioned this to Stan, Jason, and Roger. I'm really hoping next year to start running some games with a custom adventure I'm going to write and a set piece that might even make Jay jealous.
Oh boy,
we're talking. I'm looking at a haunted house scenario.
Oh, that thing!
I've started. I started printing it. It's 5 stories.
Oh my gosh!
The basement alone. The basement is 4 foot by 4 foot. The footprint of it is 4 foot by 4 foot. I'm gonna need my wife's car to bring that separately because I will not be able to fit it with.
Don't hit a bump, man! Holy jeez!
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it's this is one of those pieces that I'm gonna have to put it on plywood or something because it can't have any flex. It's all the pieces glued together, so it's gonna get glued to a really solid base.
A couple weeks before, I took for the first time out of my house the jousting field. I did a grand joust at Concoction, right? And that had 13 competitors sign up and all, and I'm just like, that's the big pieces. I'm scared to death. I mean, that arena I have built. It took Bill the Master Crafter 9 months. The Infinite Dimensions game arena. No.
Those are awesome.
Those are not. It's not going anywhere. But
so it took him much longer to paint it than it took me to print it.
That's right. You printed. That's right. You printed it, right? Yeah. And then it took him about 9 months total.
Wow.
I had a set deadline.
It looks great. It looks great. It does.
Yeah, and he bases it and everything, and has. All the other
things. This stuff's nice. I've painted up some of their slum tenements, like the big ones. I have both of those all painted.
They're no longer a sponsor. I switched to Everon as my second 3D print partner. And it was just communication. I love that communication. Max is great. All his Lord of the Rings series and stuff, and their trolls are like war trolls. So I really love Max's stuff. Really nice, and all the ghosts and stuff that they do.
You really made out with Jeremy.
So Jeremy's a one-man show, right?
Yeah.
And early in the days, this is like year 2 of me streaming. I said to everyone, I need to find a small guy who's intimate, who I can have a relationship with, and is just going to blow out idea after idea. When we ask him to do something, he'll do it. He set up with a jousting. He had no jousting field till we said, "Can you make this?" And he did I'm going to do the outside rails. I'm going to do all this, And so, Jeremy it was a home run. He's still a one-man show. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all, just the stuff he does is amazing.
He's right now putting his collection of game books up on eBay. He's got some amazing stuff. I mean,
he does.
I don't know if you saw the video he went through of all the Planescape box sets still in shrink. He's just got all this crazy stuff.
Well, he's one of the best donator gifts for our annual St. Jude fundraiser. Yeah. Every year, he gave the Goodman Games that thick, number 100 or whatever, that box. That box is like $500 now, and that was one of the best donator gifts for last year.
Was it the Castle White Rock?
Yes.
Box set.
Yeah.
It's awesome,
but nothing was touched inside. So
it makes me sad because they're about to redo it, and they're not doing an OSR version. It's all going to be
they got till 5e. Yeah. Look, I'm writing in 5e now, Mike, and that's all I'll say. I don't have a choice. So
that's where the money's at.
Well, it's where the new Greyhawk content's at.
Yeah.
Savage says that you got to get a travel jousting setup. Would you ever consider something like that, Jay? Like, could you ever
I've got
run
a travel
game
jousting
without like the major miniature component, or
what? Me DMing without it?
Yeah.
That'd be like me DMing naked, right?
People would be
it's not
getting
my
pictures
style.
of that, and it would be in like the tabloids.
Yeah.
Like
So I have a jousting set that's freestanding jousting rails and a separate freestanding stands, which
Do you have 19 Reaper miniatures all metal painted?
No, you're gonna have to bring your own miniatures.
I got every single mounted miniature they ever made with a knight on it. Yeah, that was available.
Nice.
That took Bill 6 months to paint all those when we first did a joust. No, I do the joust during a virtual GrapCon in October when open signups can actually get into the joust. With like Luke plays his character every year in that and all. So the community gets to play in that, remoting into the game. So yeah.
I was in your joust one year.
Yeah.
During I think it was like Virtual Greyhawk 2 or something.
Yeah, we're going on 7 this year, right? So yeah.
Wow. And Jay, all your games are in your world, right? You're in your home. Well, if they're in Greyhawk, right?
All the games I DM.
They're in Jayhawk.
Yeah.
They're in, because 1980 deviated in 1980. Yeah, deviated right at the start when the
do the convention games, do they affect your home game?
That's a great question. This is how I do it. I have 2 different types. These were both non-numbered adventures, but if a player is from my campaign, like Tiffany, Gemma, it's kind of like bad TV editing. That character got experience for that adventure, and if she got a magic item or wherever, I'll keep it. All the other ones are static based. Sorry, they're John Savage, but like he played Desmond, Tom's Inquisitor character. But so that's how I do it. Or it's an official campaign event, and at GaryCon I run 3 of them. They're numbered games. As long as there's 3 people in there that are in the campaign, normally I have 3 special guests, 3 or 4 open signups. Mm-hmm. So that's how those are all numbered games. Okay. So I add it, and it's kind of the way to do it. So that way those that are playing have a vested interest if they're playing in the actual campaign.
Sure.
So yeah, it works. It works. All these
that's
years
interesting.
of doing it. Yeah.
It never causes any like conflict or whatever with anything if one person does something in a joust and then you run it again and it's a different thing.
It's an annual joust. The joust in Altamira is an annual event. Every year I run it during Virtual GrapCon on a Saturday night, live stream on the main event. Yeah, for the con. Yeah, and
so that happens annually in your campaign.
Annually, every year we have a new winner. Every year I give out a trophy. Every year I give out a trophy and a concoction for it too. Yeah. And it gets logged in. That character's in forever as a champion.
Mm-hmm. So your campaign, 46 years.
Yes.
How much time has passed in game?
We just looked at that when Tiffany was here yesterday. 54.
Oh, wow.
Cool. We were looking at it because she asked that question. I started, if you don't know Greyhawk lore, the Battle of Emerald Meadows starts in 569. Now, Joe Block has that war game version of it. If he talks about it for that actual battle, they suggest you start in 575. We started in 569 when I was a kid because I love that story so much. All our people were squires and pages in that fight. So it started 569. We're up to 623 in my game. So yeah, it's 54 years.
Are you trying to keep it as close to like real time as possible, or did it just kind of happen that way? So you'll fast forward weeks and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to happen what happened at Greenwood when they jump all these years and then he's like got to explain it and all. It's a natural progression, and we have generational characters. I mean, we got grandkids venturing for characters that were running in the 80s that are now running now. 40 some years later, we're in 3 generations of characters for family purposes. But yeah. Like here's the Winchester family tree, for example. Yeah, and that goes, as you can see, it's pretty, So, as an example.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's neat.
That's it. And like some of my old school players have like 70 player characters at this point.
Wow, 70.
They're boring. They're boring and pretentious, right? So they're like, you know what? I'm like, no more new firsts. And then 2 years later, they're like, I want to try this out. I'm like, so.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. That's cool.
We have about 2,000 PCs, about 3,000 characters total in the game. So
yeah, so it's a living, breathing world. I mean, that's
absolutely.
You know, and all the players have vested interest in all the
100%,
NPCs.
100%. A lot of them are retired. A lot of them are like higher ranking members in Order of Ulick. Some of them have gone off have inns. Some of them have gone off and just been hermits. Some of them have had families.
So do you let them run their characters after retirement, or do they become like kind of like NPC?
I let them run them after retirement.
Yeah, so if they're running an inn or whatever,
I will only NPC a character for someone who's permanently left. Right, that's it.
Oh, okay.
I'll take them over as NPCs. There's people come and go. Everyone knows that.
Sure.
Yeah, I got 78, 1 from 78, 2 from 80, 1 from 83, 1 from 86, and 1 from 92. That's the core group of guys.
Jay, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Should I start selling these?
Yes.
Seriously, print them and sell them?
Yeah, I would sell them because you did them yourself, but I don't know what the copyright issue is. And
I know what it is with DM's Guild, and they don't want you doing it. But listen, everybody that's making
I'd sell them.
I won't throw out any names, but anybody that you know of that publishes stuff on DM's Guild buys their hardcovers and sells them at cons.
Oh, I know.
That's kind of a no-no, but they do it.
Yeah, I would do it. I'd do it. I
was kind of leery, and
I wouldn't do it anywhere. Watsy's there.
Right? No,
at a con,
small con. I could.
Don't do it at Gary Con.
No.
Yeah, but I'd do it. Why not?
Yeah. Vince said that Jay has an advantage in not having novels upend the setting every couple of years.
Yeah, stuff has upended the setting. Carl Sargent, I love Carl Sargent's works. It upends the setting. That From the Ashes, it took me 10 years to figure out how to incorporate most of that.
So you incorporate canon stuff with it then?
Not Living Greyhawk because it's a mess.
I don't even try. I just stick with
it was a mess. Yeah.
So, but somewhere along the line, you made a conscious decision and said, okay, we're going to keep the world updated to what we do in game and what is published.
Yes, to honor the publishers.
So how are you dealing with publishing for 5e now? Because 5e is back to 576.
Well, I guess is it okay if I talk about this?
Yeah, sure. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. The day DM's Guild opened up for Greyhawk, I guess it's been almost a year and a half now.
Almost a couple of years, yeah.
Some people rushed their content out onto DM's Guild, which is fine. A lot of people were sitting on this content forever. I called Luke Gygax up. I said, Luke, is this the time now for the ideas that we've been talking about all these years to do something? He's like, well, let me see who I can get in contact with. And then, starting really hardcore, like last fall, we started writing for this Melf's Guide to Greyhawk, thinking we're going to put on DM's Guild, right? And then Dan Ayub and Chris Cox come to us and say, we want this as new published lore for Greyhawk. So what's going to happen is this is going to go, and everyone knows that Darlene map's empty, right? When you early on, there's swaths of open land. You have your A series, your D series, your Giant series, Slaver series, all those, Salt Marsh. But nothing was talked about. Sargent's the one who started putting detail into it, right? And that's later on. So we're going to tell stories that existed back then that no one knows about. And it won't affect any future published source. So Melf's Guide to Greyhawk Book 1, Borderlands of Ayus. It's going to be in the Shieldlands and the Horn Society. So and around that 575 time frame, it's going to be what Melf was doing then. I have an NPC I've written up. I've written up new Melf spells. So a lot of fun stuff. A lot of fun stuff going on. A lot of new magic items, all in 5.5. I had to learn 5.5 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
How long did you start running on your stream?
I'm not.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I'm gonna run it. When it comes out, there's an adventure in there. I'm gonna run it in old school and let someone else run it. Someone else from the team, if they want to run it, let them run it in 5.5. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because there is a rumor that if this is successful, they may bring back an old school version of the game. That's a rumor. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's
We'll
a
see.
lot. There's a lot we
Baby.
can talk about there that's above and beyond the scope of this conversation. But
Yeah. So,
Hey Jay, did you know that Roger hates 2E?
No,
but I don't play 2E. I play a 1E 2E hybrid.
I
See?
know.
Yeah.
there you go.
Everybody that plays 2E plays a 1E 2E hybrid, really.
You know how you know the difference? A 2E game. I hear the damn word invoker or all those goofy mage ones they got, and I hate that. No, all those specialty ones or everything's in yards in second edition, which I can't stand. So it's all inches still for me. All feet. But
I always played it in feet. I don't know.
Yeah, I still, that's a
in
difference.
fact, I actually never paid attention. If they switched to the yards in 2E, I never paid attention.
Yeah, they did.
It's one of those things when you know the rule, you don't really look it up.
Right, exactly. But what's so fun about it is that I have the elementalists from second edition back to first, wild mages back to first, 44 specialty priests back to first. It's just that's the way to go. That's why I call it a 1E 2E hybrid.
You just got to throw out that initiative system.
Oh boy,
I use group initiative. That's it.
Yeah. No, I mean,
So
you got
there
to
you
throw
go,
out the 1E initiative system.
I don't know if this is Savage trying to troll or what.
Oh, of course he is. So
I answered the question.
Yes, he knows. Everyone pokes it.
Jay loves Vampire Throttle.
Are you making me tell the story?
No.
Who's here run Temple of Unlimited Evil? Right.
I've ran it. Yeah.
Okay. In the third level, Thrommel is an illusion of a vampire, and you can actually free him, the prince who disappeared. Right. Free him, and then from there, what's up, Eric?
Hey.
Once you free him, well, he can go back and maybe be king again of his father's king of Fiorendi. Maybe he marries Jolene. Maybe he doesn't. Whatever. But Monty Cook in the Return to Temple of Elemental Evil, somehow he turned him from illusion of a vampire to a real vampire wandering around the halls of the temple. And I'm like, this is the laziest freaking writing I've ever seen. What the hell? And they all the entire community busted and knows how much I hate it. Absolutely. And I've already
that's why we give it.
I know. But see, Luke called me out on it. He's like, you should be talking about book 2. I'm like, it's all a joke there, Luke, on that Cannon Fire Discord. I'm threatening them. I'm going to revamp it for the new lore. They're going to rescue Thrommel. Thrommel's going to become king, and there's not damn thing you can do about it in the new book. Jokingly, right? So I'm pushing their buttons. So it's all fun.
Yeah, fantastic. I don't want to keep you. I know you said you had an hour. You're welcome to stay. I don't want to kick you out.
No, it's good, man. That's good.
But
it's good. It's the beginning. I gotta get terrain done for this Thursday. So
yeah,
too much to do.
You got to start now.
Fantastic.
I'm halfway done. It. So
thank you so much for coming on the show.
Of course.
Thanks for coming out to the convention.
Yeah.
Bringing Tiffany along.
Yeah,
I mean, running some games. I mean, there's a whole. It was absolutely fantastic. We love to have you. So, if we could do it again next year, that'd be great. We'd love to have you back.
We'll definitely be back, either myself or both of us. It just depends on the scheduling.
No, and I get it. The calendar.
I got invited, especially against the Origins next year. So the dates are moving all around for that, and a couple of other things. I'm not sure if I'm even going to go yet. But it's
Origins will be the week after CNY. So
next year,
it's
I may be
next year.
Yeah, I may be able to do both then.
So
it's
right on the way. You stay here an extra day. And then you're only 6 hours to Origins.
Then I get thrown out of my house. You all know how it is.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I do. So if you can, great. If you can't. We'd love to have you on the show again.
It was so great. I definitely want to come back. So we're gonna try and make it happen.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Fantastic.
I appreciate you all. Thank you. And like I said, look for all that new terrain from the auction up shortly. That'll be July 2nd and 9th. I run that doubleheader with the All Lady group, and Ed Greenwood's on this Sunday night on Gavin. So we're going to talk about climate and its effects on the Forgotten Realms and Greyhawk, and
oh, nice.
Game Thursday night, game Saturday morning, and Legends of Lures tomorrow night. We're going to talk about your favorite episode, where your favorite instance of what happened in old school adventure, a Greyhawk adventure. Like what do you remember from Farriston? What do you remember from Showcant? That kind of stuff. So,
Cool.
I appreciate your time.
Cool.
Thanks. That was
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely. We'll get you on again. Thanks, Jay.
You have a great one.
You too.
Figure out how to exit. Leave button. Have a good night. Thank you.
Take care, guys. Yep. Yeah. So that was a good time. We got Mr. Eric Tenkar, the bartender of the OSR. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Oh, dude, thanks for having me at the con. Come on.
Well, I mean, there's a short list of OSR people that want to come up, and you're right at the top of it.
Oh well, you're underselling yourself, but okay.
No, I mean, no, thanks for coming to the convention. Hope you had a blast, and you got to run some games, right? Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. Ran some games. Luna had a great time. Oh my god, Eric. My daughter and all of her friends, and there's like 8 of them or whatever was, I don't know, when it's kids, if it's more than 4, there might as well be 20, but that's all they were asking me. Is the dog coming back next year? Is Luna coming back next year?
I would have stolen it if I had a chance, but you guys were keeping close watch.
You gotta add the 2 dogs to the search, when people are going around filling their boxes, the scavenger hunt.
Yeah,
both dogs need to be added to that.
Yeah, you got to find Luna, find Gozer, and whoever's walking them, or whatever.
I think one of those 2 dogs would enjoy that more than the other, based on what I saw last week.
Gozer might not be too thrilled by it, but Luna will be like, more people.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was an awesome weekend. I'm still recovering. My voice is still recovering.
Yeah, I was losing my voice by the end of Saturday. And that's a good thing. I mean, it means I was running games and talking to a lot of people. But I could hear it.
I wish the karaoke guy would have lost his voice.
No kidding.
Oh, man.
Karaoke is literally rolling craps. You get there were a few people I heard. I was like, oh, that actually sounds pretty good. And then there's a third voice that pops in, and you wish you were armed and able to shoot the mic.
Did you happen to see Andrew get up there?
Like quickly researching the stand your ground laws in New York, and if they apply to karaoke singing.
There were some people that off key would be a polite way of saying what they were doing.
Andrew was pretty good.
He was. Andrew was excellent. He was the best one.
He was the best of them.
Yeah.
He was good.
See, I wasn't near enough to identify who was singing. So, I mean, for those
you know Andrew, because Andrew's Roger's buddy that was running around.
But I wasn't close enough to actually identify who was just saying. There were times I went, oh, that person's on key and knows the words. That's awesome. And there were other times it's like, why did you choose a song that you don't know and you can't hit the some people probably couldn't hit any notes if they tried to, but
that one guy couldn't hit any notes. And he
Savage says
high notes.
Savage says it's the same crew that travels and hits all the karaoke bars. I did not know that because I do not hit the karaoke bars.
It's an addiction for some people. I understand that.
So Agile Monk, he's in the chat. His Kickstarter, we're at like 31,000, right?
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
We're like $1,000 away.
Oh, from hitting the goal. Damn.
So yeah, and there's 8 days left. So we're definitely. Oh, I say we. He's definitely gonna make it.
Yes.
You know, he's definitely gonna make it, and that's gonna be fantastic. So I can't wait. Can't wait for that.
It's a good looking Kickstarter, and I like it. I'm looking.
Oh, it's great and agile. Like he deserves it. You know what I mean? It's just he's just fantastic, and he's like you're the bartender of the OSR, and like he's the one that's going around paying everybody's tabs.
Oh yeah, he's buying everybody drinks. So I'm going to buy the next round. He's taking, He's making sure the bar is full and happy. So, yes, he's a great support. He's a great supporter of the OSR in general.
Yeah,
not just my channel. He's on everybody's channel.
Everybody's.
God bless him.
Yeah, and he loves it, and it's fantastic. So I hope him well. Hopefully, he can come out to the convention next year. We'll see what happens.
Very cool.
So so you ran a couple games, right? They went well.
They went very well. And it's my same stuff that I'm like going to be running twice a month on my Discord. It was the open table for Twilight Island, and my first table we only lost one PC, the cleric, and then in the second game we had one person that was paralyzed when they shouldn't when they didn't need the person to be paralyzed, and that was the cleric, as they were fighting some pretty powerful undead. So but it played out very well, and I like the idea of using it as the open table, where I give them three choices on the bulletin board. Hey, these are the jobs for the adventurers in town.
Nice.
For your guild. You get to choose, because it prevents me from over prepping, which we can all be guilty of, and it also means that the players are a bit more invested in the adventure that they're choosing because they chose it. It wasn't like, here's where you're going, you're going to save this, as opposed to, oh, all right, well, I think the lost boy is more important than everything else and more timely. That's great. They made that choice.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I know, like Jason said, he I don't know if it was on stream or if it was in one of the group chats or whatever, but he said when he was running it, he had all the prep and planning, and then I forget exactly how you worded it, but like as soon as you let that get out of your way and just ran the game and used the charts and everything, it's just it just ran so smooth.
I had a bunch of notes that I had written down Saturday night, because I left the con early Saturday so I could go make my characters, because I hadn't done that yet. So I was making the characters, and as I was making the characters, it's like, oh, this would be cool, because I wanted to see their abilities in action. I want to see everybody do something special. And so I started writing notes down about what I wanted to do. I left the notes on my desk. And so I'm setting up, it's 8:45, and I'm getting everything out, and I'm like, okay, get my note cards. Why are these blank? Where are my notes? And then I could see them in my head. I'm like, oh, they're in front of my computer. And I was like, oh God, man, here we go. This and I was really worried that I was going to jack it up. I was really worried about that. And so the first 20 minutes of it were a little rough, if I'm being completely honest with myself. They were a little rough. I was trying to get the game steered and get it going. But man, as soon as they got on the other side of the Great Gate down into Cyrodiil, it just started going. And the players were all doing stuff, and they were interacting. And after that, man, it's like I wasn't nervous anymore. Everything was great. And I started having a freaking blast. And everybody started laughing. And I don't even remember what they were laughing about, but they were laughing at one point. And as soon as everyone at the table starts laughing, I'm like, okay, everything is good.
Right. You're feeling, and that's again, I do it this way because if I over prep, I know what's going to happen to some extent. And when I don't over prep, the players can shock the living. I don't want to curse in your show. It's too early.
Well,
they
we're an hour in at this point.
All right. Well, they can shock the crap out of you, and you go, "This is better than anything I would have thought of." I'm running with what their direction, and it becomes enjoyable, more enjoyable to me, because I am experiencing the adventure kind of with them, because they're making me go by the seat of my pants. I like that. Others don't like it. Joe the lawyer's an over prepper. God bless him. That's what he does. But I'd rather have my party make me spin in my seat and go, oh, okay.
I absolutely love it when my players give me those ideas.
Yeah.
When something's coming up and they start talking, and you're just sitting there as the DM listening, and they're like,
yeah, you're like, oh, that's better than what I got.
And you're like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's like, I got to go with that, because that's really better than what I thought of, which I thought was okay. But this is like this is A+ stuff. Damn. And by doing that, you're rewarding the player's own ingenuity and thought. When it's like, oh,
the best part is you don't tell them. You'd be like,
oh no, you
guys figured it all out. You guys are great.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, and I think to go back a little bit, I think like Matt, I don't know, Matt, if we've had this conversation on stream or in person or whatever, but I think we've talked about like running con games and where like the first few minutes is always like you're feeling out who your players are and like how they are or where they're going to go or like, are they going to be goofy? Are they going to be serious or whatever? And then as soon as you like figure that out and you're like, oh, I got it, then everything is like smooth sailing from there, so.
Well, like you know that with your home group, but when you're running at a convention or again, as an open table, like I did one session last month, and then of course this was con month, but when you're running with people that maybe you don't really know or you don't know how they're going to interact with each other, once you see how that dynamic is, it all starts to, the pieces start to fit, and I find that very enjoyable and very, very exciting. There's a lot of fun to that.
Yeah, I mean, you kept asking me if it was okay if your daughter and her friends would add to the games and stuff. But like the thing is, having a few people that knew each other like that, like I find that's actually it's a little easier to get a game running when there's 2 or 3 people in the table already know each other because they're like naturally comfortable because they have people there that they know. When you have like 6 strangers and nobody knows anybody, then it can be a little harder to sort of get people going because everybody has that kind of nerves. I don't know any of these people. Are they going to think I'm weird or whatever, or say something weird? So,
yeah. Well, I ask because I get worried sometimes. I see the direction that they want to go. If they get giddy, they want to go in a scorched earth direction.
Oh, they were great, man. They were awesome. There was almost some PvP, which was actually awesome in Last Things Last because your daughter wanted to open the hatch and her friend was like adamant that was not going to happen. It was like, can I tase her? And I'm like, you can if you want to. So yeah, no, they were great.
It's funny because that's like Mike has a similar experience when he ran the same adventure and they ended up they ended up blaming the other character and everything.
No, that was the next adventure.
Oh, that was the next adventure. Right.
It was a few sessions, and by the end of it, one player had died and they had met a sheriff's deputy and he assumed the role. He took over the sheriff's deputy as his character. And he was just, of course he wasn't an agent and he was getting involved in all this stuff and he wanted to start doing this crazy stuff. And the rest of the players at the end were like, how are we going to cover all this up? And they're like, I know. As one of the guys walks behind the sheriff's deputy, puts a bullet in his head and they use him as the patsy.
Nice. It's rough.
And fortunately, because this, I couldn't, in good conscience, I don't know. I don't think PvP really exists. It shouldn't be part of just a standard like D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Especially a long form campaign. If one player killed another character that's been, months or years in the making, it's just not right. But in Delta Green, they're not going to last long anyways. And it really fits in with the story. And so they went with it. And the one guy that it happened to, he loved it. He laughed. He's like, that's one of those things I'll tell stories about forever.
Yeah. I mean, it ultimately didn't happen, but it was cool just that they were talking about it because it kind of showed like how conflicted they were about what was going on, which is really what you want to have happen in that scenario. So.
Right.
Yeah. For me, a con game, I'm opening that hatch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing on a con game. Like, who was it? Joe Block said that he had a TPK in his Mad Mage, Castle of the Mad Archmage game. But it happened in the last 10 minutes of the game. And to me, that is like the absolute perfect ending to a con game.
Sure.
They got to play their whole session, but went out with a bang.
Yeah, you don't want the whole session to be about, the players fighting each other and trying to, and figuring things out or have like a TPK too early or like if any of that's going to happen, happening at the end, I think is the way to do it,
And I know people talk about like, when they talk about DMing, they don't want to railroad players or anything else, but at a con, you really don't want, when you got people signing up for your game, you definitely don't want to TPK them in the first hour. So if that's going to happen, I would suggest you find a way to not have that happen.
And I don't know how many people, like, I know Jason and I do it, but how many people in a con game like show up? It will bring like previous characters.
Very
like
few.
like in Matt's game, like if Matt's running Mothership, like I got my guy, my Teamster with a plunger.
Absolutely.
And that's like my guy. And every time Matt looks at it and goes, your guy doesn't have any weapons. And I'm like, I got a plunger. I'm fine. Like, you know, like
I'm good.
And I play that. But how many? Yeah, it's probably rare, right?
It's not a lot, but I mean, I think, and honestly, I think the people that do it are a lot of times people who are DMs. But like, yeah, I mean, I have a friend that brings like he you know, he keeps all of his. I think we talked about it. He takes a picture of every character he plays at a con and puts it in his Google Drive and then brings it back down to his Remarkable. So any session he ever plays ever, you know, if it's a game he's played before, he'll ask, hey, I have this character that's on my, you know, my Google Drive for this game. Is it cool if I use it? You can look at what they have and let me know if it's all right. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Now, see the way I run it, and I've been doing this with Swords of Wizardry Light, and now I'm doing it with BX. Bring a character back. You know, before it was like 2 sessions, you'll gain a level. Most people didn't, you know, they lose their characters in between years, but they bring them back. I had players at my second session that I played in. This was their 3rd game with me, so they were 2nd level. I poured their characters over to BX, and those that survived got experience points. I said, hey, bring them back here. Bring them to another con. Bring them to the open table. You know, I think players get a little bit more invested in not doing pure stupidity when they go, "Oh, wait, my character actually can return."
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Maybe I don't want to be that ass.
Yeah, I mean, he made a deal with me. Like, if I get my Mothership high score up to 4, can I add a master skill? And I was like, sure, man. And so like it definitely changed like how he was playing that character because he's really trying to stay alive.
Yep.
So
yeah. It's funny, the guy I played in your Mothership game, like the first time I played that character in Moonbase Blues, I didn't care. I was like, all right, whatever. I got shit to do. I'm going to do this stuff, right? And I'm like, I'm going to ignore all this crazy shit that's going on, and I'm going to get stabbed or shot or whatever because I'm just going to walk into something terrible. Like, you know, there's the whole toilet thing. I'm like, okay, some monster is going to come out of the toilet and just eat me. What, you know, because you never know what's going to happen. And then he survived, and I brought him back. And now I'm like, oh, I can't let this guy die. Like, he's important now. Like, he's a character.
Yeah, I don't think it's really common per se, but when you get a DM at a convention that, like, you look at the games they're running and they're running like part 1, 2, and 3 of something, like it's a continuation. And sometimes you'll get different players, but if you get the same players that come along for all 3, you know, they're really going to want to keep their character alive. You know, they're actually going to play it. And, you know, I guess you get a little different scenario when you're a 4-hour game and that's it, one and done. You know, you're probably a little looser with what you do, but if you actually get invested in the character, you know, it's going to be a better game.
Yeah, I have all of mine printed out and stored in a folder. In fact, it's what's the bizarre game that you like? It doesn't matter anyway. DCC. It's a DCC folder that I got as swag one time. So so all of my characters are in there, and I've got 2. One is a ranger that I played with CNC. And every time I play in one of George Hardy's games, I say, you know, hey, can I play Edgar? And when I say that, he knows who I'm talking about because I always play the same guy. And the other is my gunslinger for Weird Frontiers. He's the only character I play. And I've played him, I think, in 5 different con games now. And so, like, he's got a magic holster that gives me bonuses. He's got a vest that gives him bonuses. And so anytime I step up to the table, I'm like, you know, hey, I've got my character. Is okay if I play him? And the DM's always like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'm like, well, I played him a lot, so he's kind of got some stuff. And I've never once had a DM say, I don't think I want that. I've never had a DM that has not allowed me to play one of my old characters. Just you know, don't roll up with a guy that's all 18s. You know, don't be a 12-year-old. You'll be fine. So.
Yeah. Bloodworth said Roger didn't hesitate to attack Dan's character during Dracula in Space Game. That was good of like Matt to handle it. That not this Matt Tapp handled it where I got turned into a white and he basically said, okay, you're a white now. Like, you know, are you Like, do you want to continue? Do you want to play the white and, do this combat out, or do you want another character? And then this thing's here. And I was like, well, I want to play the white. I mean, so I instantly turned on Dan's character and then ended up turning him into a white. And then, then the whole game went sideways. But
that's really not PvP. I mean, everybody knows that you weren't being a jerk about it. My character got felled by a vampire. Sorry. I think I'd love that story. I think it's hysterical.
Right. No, and it turned out fantastic because we were all like, okay, cool, whatever. So yeah, it's fun times. But yeah, so I think the weekend was really good.
Yeah.
We had I don't know if you heard me say it earlier, Tenkar, we had 244 is the final number.
Damn.
So 20% growth over last year, which I think is good. And we had I forget the exact number. I think we had 34 games last year, and we ended up with 68 this year. So we doubled, exactly doubled the number of games, which was just fantastic. I mean, wow. I think it was a good number of games. I mean, there were enough kind of holes for people to fill in as they showed up to play. And I think a lot of the games got filled. I know there were a couple that only had a couple signups, and the GM ended up canceling, but then but the GM helped that player get into a different game. So, I mean, I think it worked out. Fairly well.
I took extra people on to a couple of them. So
yeah, and that was one thing I was going to say too. And Matt, thank you for that. But a lot of the GMs, are more than willing to hey, if you got a couple extra, throw them at me.
I think it really worked out too, making announcements that as games were starting, hey, this game has got 2 slots open if anyone wants to go.
Yeah,
because right after you made that one announcement, you were standing right in front of me and had 2 people come up and they're like, hey, we've never played it, we'd like to play, and off they went. They filled those 2 slots.
Yeah,
and that's nice to be.
That was great. That was awesome. I think, and
that's another thing I think you won't have at a big con. When you have a big con and a huge hall full of games, it's impossible to know when there's empty slots or whatever. I mean, you can walk up and ask and walk around and see empty chairs, but it's not like they're going to be able to make announcements when there's 100 games going to figure out where there's spots for you.
No, yeah, it's almost impossible. I mean, I mean, it's getting to that point. If we grow too much, it won't be possible. If we get to, in a couple more years, it'll be harder for us to do it too.
I mean, I still think
we'll see.
I still think if we grow to 500 or something, I still think that'd be possible. It's still small enough. You could still, within a few rooms, running the games. The venue we're at isn't huge. The rooms aren't enormous. They're enough for what we have.
Right.
But if you had a bigger room, you could still do that. As long as it's not.
I think that it helps that whatever god of luck has been smiling down upon this con, you've got DMs that are running interesting games, and you've got players that are actually interested in playing. They're not, I bash on PAX Unplugged because I think it's such a trash con, but you go down to the basement and there's 20 people sitting on the floor waiting to play the worst games ever published, and you and I will go down there.
Yeah,
and we'll browse through these games, and I'm like, who the hell is it? Not just who the hell wants to play this, who is writing this garbage, and why is it being published? We've got all these great games that are available.
Come now, fresh ideas.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Some ideas don't need to be published, but that's for another time, I guess. But I mean, you've got all these super cool games that are out there, and we have been lucky enough to get DMs that want to run these super cool games. I'm astounded. Honestly, I'm astounded by it. Last year and this year, when I'm walking by, I'm like, God, that looks awesome. I really want to play that game. And when I'm running, I look behind me and Matt's running, and I see what he's running. I'm like, oh man, I had a great time playing that. I wish I was sitting at that table again. That doesn't happen at most cons. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting being being I guess an OSR con. I mean, I didn't really. I mean, well, I mean, I guess the aesthetic, right, is definitely OSR, and I do put celebrating old school gaming. So I mean that is, you know, kind of the aesthetic. But I mean, I've always said, like, if people want to run, you know, 5e 2024
Sure.
5.5, whatever, like, I don't, you know, whatever, play it if that's what makes you happy and people want to show up and play it.
You know,
I just my whole goal was that people who are playing only that, like, I want them to show up, and I want them to play, you know, Dragonbane with Matt, or BX with Tenkar, you know, or even, you know, Delta Green with Mike, or you know, whatever, anything that just gets them out of their comfort zone a little bit, where they might say, wow, this is awesome.
There's more out
You know?
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Bloodworth was running Shadowdark. I'm running Shadowrim. Matt's running Mothership, and these are not OSR games. You know, and we talked about that before. They're not 5e, but they're not OSR. And, you know, Joe Block and Greg, those guys are running OSR games. Matt Tapp, that's all old school stuff. You can't look at Shadowdark and say, oh, that's OSR. Clearly is not.
Right.
But
it's adjacent.
It's not. It may not be completely. It's not exactly based on OSR rules. It's not a BX clone.
Sure,
but it definitely has an old school feel to it. And
it's influenced.
It was made to feel like an old school game.
Is Shadowdark OSR old school revival? No. Is it OSR old school Renaissance?
Yes, and that's literally how Kelsey defines it. So you literally just recapture exact argument.
But now we're into the argument of, like, what does OSR stand for? And it's
I don't want to derail this.
Yeah, right.
It's nobody agrees on it
for next week.
Right. Yeah, we can agree that no one's going to agree with that.
That works for me.
Right. Or you get into some of the games now that just have started using OSR as the game's initials. Old Sword Rain and Old Swords Rain and things like that.
Shadowdark's like baby's first OSR. It's good.
It works out fine like that. But then you have games like Zweihanded. It claims to be OSR and
right.
Roger, did you ever figure out what that one game was? We even looked it up, remember, and it didn't say. They had two. They had a 2E book on the table.
I talked to that guy.
So I'm like, there was a 2E book, but then there were 3.5 books and something else, some other edition, and they were all on the table. And we're like, what are they playing? The character sheet didn't look like any of them. So, and then the description just said it was like an old school style game or something.
Old school style dungeon crawl or something like that. Yeah. I talked to the guy afterwards. I forget his name. It sucks. It's going to be worse if he's in the chat. But I talked to him and I was like, dude, what were you running over there? Because I saw, you know, that you had books from every edition on the table. And he's like, yeah, I'll pretty much run everything. I just talk to the table. And if anybody has like a real hard preference as to what they want to play, I'll just run it in that edition. And if, you know, if people feel one way or another, like whatever works for them, I'll just run it that way. Wow. So he's like really being the, I guess, what do we, a service DM? I guess
a very giving DM.
So basically, what Monty Cook claimed that D&D Next /5e was going to be, but never accomplished.
Yes, compatible with everything. Yeah.
Interesting. Hey,
backwards. But yeah, he'll just run it. Yeah. So it's I mean, anything, right? I mean, if you know all the rules for the game to a point where you don't have to look up anything, then the conversion, you know, should be simple enough.
True.
You know, I mean that's got to be mind racking. I mean, it's not something that I'd want to do, but you know,
without a doubt, you definitely have an old school feel to this convention.
Sure,
and it's attracting an old school crowd. Yep. The only suggestion I might make, and I know none of us here want to run 5.5 or anything like that, but one good reason of maybe bringing 5.5, trying to find a DM or two, is because we all know that locally at the game stores and whatever else, 5.5 has a much bigger presence. You got people that play this stuff. If you can attract them to the con because of it, then maybe you can get them to try other games while they're here.
Yeah.
And that's the
But are they playing 5.5 or
Hey, Vic.
original D&D 2014?
Well, they could still be playing 14. But
Yeah, that's my experience.
It's kind of the same game. It's it's different, but it's the same.
I don't know. I considered trying to run 5.5. I have not run 5th edition. I've only played in games. Well, I mean, I've run a pared down version of 5e, but that doesn't. I mean, that's like running basic. But but I've not tried to run 5.5. I've not tried to play 5.5. I do not believe I would enjoy it at all because I don't think there's any improvements over 5th edition.
I wouldn't recommend.
But I might try and run like the starter set.
My idea was maybe reach out to some of the game shops that actually run game nights that are running 5e and try and get somebody to run it.
Yeah.
Because that might attract some new people. And the hope is, they come and play a 5e game, but then maybe they see the other stuff and say, hey, I'll try Mothership, or, I'll try Shadow Dark, or I'll try something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. And then that's like the whole point, right? Like is to get people out of their comfort zones and try different things.
It really does feel like 5e is a gateway. It's just some people never go past it.
Never get past the gate.
Sure. Most people don't. I think the overwhelming majority don't.
Right. But I mean, and there's a reason, you know what I mean? But there's a reason everybody plays it. There's less people playing other things, or they're so fractured as to what we're playing. I mean, even at the convention, like, I mean, Tenkar's running BX, right? Like, who else is playing BX? I mean, Mike wants to run 2nd edition, right? I might want to run 1st edition. Or,
I don't know.
Or
run 2E at a con. I don't know if I would or not. I might run something like OSE.
No, but what I'm saying is there's like the 5e crowd, the 5e plus crowd or whatever is like they have more numbers. They're more cohesive.
Oh, definitely.
Because there's a lot of people in the OSR that are like, BX is the
different
game,
things.
or Menser Basic is the game, or or one of their derivatives, and so I don't know, but.
So one thing that I think is interesting about Shadow Dark is think about the last year of con games that I've played. So at Gamehole Con, I played a game with Harold Johnson. So he was the longest tenured TSR employee, continuous employment. He was running an old converted module that he wrote for BX in Shadow Dark. And then Keith Amon, who wrote Monsters Know What They're Doing, he created a monster specifically for a session at Gamehole Con. He ran it in Shadow Dark. And what's his name? Rob from Panic. His whole thing is OSE, but then when he ran it at Concoction, he ran it in Shadow Dark. So there's definitely something to be said about like why are all these people who clearly are writing for OSE or literally wrote for old versions of D&D, they're all running stuff in Shadow Dark. Part of it could be because it's popular, but I think definitely part of it is like as a DM, like the prep time and mental load it takes to run something in Shadow Dark is really pretty low compared to a lot of, I would say compared to 2E or even 1E if you're using all the rules. So I think that's probably part of it too, is like you get the feel of that style of game, but like it's not very mentally taxing at all.
I do think that Shadow Dark is the current darling.
It is without doubt.
Part of the in OSE was for a while, but you got to remember that Gavin Norman decided to like put OSE on hold while he worked on Dolmenwood for so many years, and you didn't have much coming out. Now with a new box set coming out and a new revision of OSE, and we'll see if it starts to gain more steam again and whatnot. I mean, they're both great games. I'm not. Shadow Dark is a little light for me, but I still had fun running it. My players still had fun playing it.
It's a great con game. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the other thing is like if you're going to run something at a con, like a lot of the depth that you get out of some of these other systems, you're not even going to use it in a con anyway. So, maybe Shadow Dark becomes a more reasonable choice.
That's why I said I wouldn't run 2E at a con.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but there's a lot to it that they're not going to get in a 4-hour slot.
And OSE development in and of itself is sort of interesting because if the purpose of that system's existence is to be a cleaned up, more digestible, easier to gamify version of, BX or 1E, what are you developing? Like, but by default, as you start to develop, do you get people that say, well, now you're not sort of fulfilling your mission statement anymore? Right. So is it just
he's changing the focus now?
Well, I think that's part of why he did Dolmenwood is it's like, well, I can take all the stuff I like from OSE and I can expand on it all I want in a setting I like better. And nobody can say, well, now you're not, now you're not OSR anymore because you're developing in ways that weren't in the original game.
We're tabletop role-playing game fans are kind of fickle too.
Yeah.
Like people loved OSE, but one of the biggest complaints is going to be like, well, it doesn't have the soul of BX. It's just a manual. It doesn't have the art. It doesn't have the flavor that BX has. And I think that's part of this whole revision. There's new art going into it. There's going to be all new descriptors of play in it that weren't there. And I think he's trying to capture that. But he's also adding more 1E options.
Well, the Demon Month thing felt pretty intentional too, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole, like, hey, this is something that was part of this that got jettisoned for 2E. Like, we're going to bring this back and focus on it, which I thought was kind of cool.
I may pick it up later, but it was one I didn't back it because high-level play and demons are just something I've never done.
That was kind of like me too. It's like BX starts breaking down around name level unless you really start transitioning to domain play or something like that. I was like, and
hey, don't you roll your eyes at domain play?
No, I'm not. But demons and devils. When I ran that crap back when I was a teenager, it was only to give my players something like their overpowered character, something to destroy.
Right.
It wasn't a campaign element, and my goals out of running a campaign are different now than they were when I was 40 years. Sure. Oh my God, 40 years younger. Yeah. Holy shit.
That's why I started staying 100 years. That's easier to say.
Yeah. That stuff's cool to read and maybe hard to like table. It's hard. It's not easily gamified. So I get that.
And at this point, with my Kickstarter background as a super backer, I have to be a bit more specific in what I back, and don't just go, "Oh, that's cool. I'll never use it, but it's cool." No, let me see
let me see your cred, Eric. How many Kickstarters have you backed?
All right, I'll have to look up the exact number. Give me a minute.
We gotta get Vic. We gotta get Vic on a plane and get him out.
Yeah,
we gotta get him out here. Well, hopefully next year for CNY we can get him out.
Next year I'm definitely running Blacklight. I'm gonna run Blacklight and Shadowrun.
All right, you got to tell me when so I can not run something while I want to play that.
I was about to say, that doesn't sound good. Cool. Okay.
The good news is I haven't broken 700 yet. It's 681.
Oh man. Oh boy. Oh no.
He's got you beat, Roger.
I'm at 657.
Oh. No, Raj, come on, man. You're phoning it in. Okay.
Oh man.
I'm sure you could find a bunch to catch up tonight.
All right.
Oh, look, he switched.
No. I trust me. I don't want this position.
Because, it's your channel now. It's your channel now.
No. And then before I answered that, I made sure Rach was not in the room behind me because already when packages come and she goes, "Oh, it's not from Amazon and it's heavy." Yeah, she knows. And then it's like, "Oh, I'm buying more perfume." I'm like, oh.
My wife went to go to Ohio to go visit her mom this weekend while I was at the con, and she called me before she headed out. And she's like, "I've picked some things up," and I'm like, "That's fine. I may have spent some money at the con that I hadn't planned on spending."
Yeah.
So, we're good.
So, Eric, so you're running BX now?
Yes.
Why BX over OSE?
Well, I mean, I will use OSE at the table. That's fine. But I mean, if the videos I'm doing, I mean, listen, I my original, and the actual print on demand. I have the original here too, but I got the print on demands because I wanted to see what the quality was, and it's actually quality. I'm surprised, and it's readable.
Most of their print on demands have gotten pretty good.
Yeah, they're a lot better than when they first started.
Yep.
But my eyes, by the way, are 59. I'm going to be 59 years old, and I can read the OSE rules at the table. but I probably can't read my original BX rules at the table anymore with the font and the faded letters and everything else. So OSE is just much more convenient, and it is, was it Ivory Pure, 99.4% pure, or whatever the hell Ivory used.
You're really dating yourself there.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it hews that close. It just doesn't take even the liberties that Labyrinth Lord took. So it is really a great reference to run with at the table. So I don't have a problem with that. But when I'm doing my videos, I want to go back to the source material, which means that my second screen has a PDF I can always just throw up there and that I can read. But yeah, and I brought OSE to the table with me for CNY because I figured anything I need at the table is going to be easy to find in that book.
Sure.
Which was kind of true, because I'm used to finding it now in the original BX rules, and now I got to figure out where it is in OSE, which is always but it's there. But
yeah, better style, better layout. But yeah, if you're used to running out of the book, then it's harder to find.
Yeah, and I know some people don't like the digest size books. I understand that. I don't have an issue.
They're great.
You know, I always liked them. You know, I was a Traveler fan.
Yeah,
I
like
one of them. I prefer the larger format books, but they're okay. It's the thing is, like I've said it to these guys. You look at the OSE books, and it's not really wasted space. You look at Shadow Dark books, and it's like huge font and a lot of open space, and it just irritates me.
I like that.
Well, I think my old eyes
I like it too. I think it's clean. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, different aesthetics, but I think they both work. But then again, Shadow Dark is going for a different audience. Yeah. They are going for, admittedly, probably a higher priced audience, because their books are generally like top-notch quality. I'm not going to say that they're, like James Raggi. You're not buying a James Raggi book necessarily for the content. You're buying it because people will look at it on my bookshelf and go, "What the F is that?"
Yeah.
And that's part of the joy. And James just does high quality printing out there in Finland. God help us for saying that.
Vic's gonna do all his books in 3 columns with 6-point font from now on.
Well, I'm sorry, Vic,
14 pages.
I'll have to pass because I don't plan on wearing those crazy professor goggles, just like in read your 6-point font.
What was somebody showed a character sheet? I don't know if any of you guys were there at the con. We were hanging around and they showed the character sheet and like all the character abilities and stuff. It had to have been 6-point font. It was awful. What was
that?
It was when Matt was handing us horse piss shots.
Yeah, what was that?
What was that game? It was awful.
I had many BX character sheets that I handed out at the table, but it's BX,
half sheet.
These had about
big paragraphs of info.
Big paragraphs of about 3.5.
Oh no, if your audience is people our age, you're probably missing your market. But hey, if your audience is those in their 20s who haven't screwed their eyes up yet, well, go for it. God bless you.
Yeah. I don't know. I end up printing all the digest size character sheets on full size sheets of paper.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just better for me that way.
I understand.
So, yeah. Just the eyes aren't what they used to. So no, I was just curious. I know some people like running the old school stuff, or some people ran OSE because the old school stuff wasn't available, and now BX is readily legally available.
Yeah, it's print on demand. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't have the basic rules print on demand until recently. They had the expert rules, but now you can get the basic rules. But of the, I look back at Labyrinth Lord, and when I found the OSR, I was like, oh, Labyrinth Lord is great. And then I realized it was great, but it also didn't really stick to the formula exactly because this is early OSR. People were afraid of being sued if they kept to the math. And
yeah, and that was part of the reason why I put my Osric 3rd edition books on the auction block for CNY.
Right.
Was because like I would like at some point I want to run 1st edition again. And Osric, did that. But I think by the time like we're at now, like with their 3rd edition,
they could have made the math work.
Yeah, there's too many changes. Well, no, but I get it. But and the old books are available, and I mean, so like if I'm gonna run 1E, I think I'm gonna run 1E and not, any of the clones.
Roger's forgotten about some of the warts of 1E.
Oh, so Roger, you gonna use weapon versus AC adjustment in your 1E campaign?
I don't know. I consider it. I do like those. I do like those.
So
I think they overcomplicate things, but I think it's a good thing.
So how does it apply to monsters? It only really applies to the humanoid races, right? How do you adjust that for? Oh, I'm fighting a was it a Tarrasque?
Yeah. Natural weapon.
So a Tarrasque has like you just got to figure out what it has the equivalent of, right? So so you figure out like, okay, a Tarrasque probably has the equivalent of plate mail, right?
Okay.
Like a scaled creature, obviously, right? Like a dragon or something that has scales has the equivalent of scale mail. So whatever the adjustment is for scale mail, you would use.
So you're doing like Laboratory and you're making new rules.
Yeah.
Things like that. Well, every RPG you have to make new rules.
Never explained that part. I mean, believe me, I banged my head about that. That was one of the first rules I got rid of. And then weapon speed, when you need to have whole, articles in Dragon Magazine to explain how, a dagger versus a 2-handed sword and a tied initiative gets 3 attacks before. I was like, that's it. I'm done. I don't care about weapon speed. I'm done.
Yeah.
So
no, I get it. Everybody likes
and that's why I like 2E because they cleaned that stuff up.
Just don't use the splat books.
Right.
I'm just going to leave. Who am I going to leave in charge here? Who wants to?
I'm the biggest
run the show.
I'm the biggest proponent here. I love 2E. I've got bookshelves of it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I play my game, it's basically core rules, and then I will hand pick things if I want to add them. I don't just hand throw the books out there because they're hit and miss.
Yeah.
Different authors, different levels of play testing.
Well, yeah. After the first 4 books, they weren't play tested. That's what we actually got.
Right.
And
Fighters and Thieves are good.
Yeah, the Fighters, Thieves, Clerics, and the initial Magic User book. But then once they got beyond that, it was just a money making mill. And it's like, well, if you're play testing it, then we can't actually put it out quick enough. So Winter told us that at North Texas a number of years ago. Because somebody asked him about the Blade Singer, because everybody has to ask about the Blade Singer, because the Blade Singer was the combat machine that was balanced by social deficiencies, and we never balanced that out.
Right. That elf book has a lot of egregious things in it.
Yes.
Oh boy. So Eric, other than the gaming and all that stuff, what else did you do at CNY?
Obviously socializing. Should I mention drinking and spilling a glass of wine on the carpet? Should I mention that?
Oh, probably shouldn't mention that.
Well, we cleaned it up. I like that carpet. It hides stains pretty well. I
think that's probably why they use that.
I think they were wise about that. I bought a set of dice that I probably don't need, but my God,
from Arduin?
Oh, well, the orange glass dice and the wood.
Yeah.
180, and I thought I was buying them, but after I bought them, because Rach was doing the bidding for me, and she missed the sign I was trying to give of, all right, let it go. She missed that sign, but I think she missed that sign because she was claiming the dice anyway. So she claimed the dice. So I was like, all right, I spent 180 on dice. That my wife now has.
That was a gorgeous set. Yeah.
Oh, it's a beautiful set.
Arduin dice and Sigelwood Craftworks.
I'm not complaining. Believe me, it is a beautiful set. I'm just saying that I think my wife willfully ignored my stop bidding sign, but that's okay. That's okay.
Luckily, they were sold out of the dice set that my wife wanted. By the time I went, but I told them they're going to order me a set. She wanted the ones that look like those crystals that you hang in the windows to make the pretty. Those. There you go.
Yeah, I bought those in a set of obsidian dice. I haven't bought new dice in a long time because I was like, why bother at this point? But boy, those obsidian dice were gorgeous.
Yeah, I got the obsidian ones too.
Yeah. I buy a set at every con, but I'm cheap. I bought the $20 set.
Yeah,
they had some nice sets. Like
high contrast. I got to have high contrast.
Yeah,
high contrast.
And I'm a stickler with my players. As soon as they throw out those like translucent dice and everything, I'm like, get that shit off my table and get some new dice because.
Come on! You didn't like the old gem dice from like the late '80s that
my god,
you couldn't read until you put up to your eye. Like
I have a player that does that. He rolls them and then puts them up to his eye. Oh, I got an 18. Sure you did, buddy. Yeah, sure you did.
Yeah,
that was one of the reasons I like those obsidian dice. Man, you can see those things from across the room.
Yeah,
incredible contrast on them.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with dice. Like I got to be able to see them, across. Oh, here goes Agile.
Agile, God bless you. I will say you are trouble, but God bless you. You're trouble in the best of ways.
Gifted some memberships there for you.
But by the way, folks, if you're watching on my channel, you should be subscribed to Roger's channel. He's part of the circle. The circle of
thank you. Thank you, Eric.
If you're watching on my channel, I don't know what you're doing because there's nobody else on there.
If you're watching on my channel and somehow you're not already subscribed to Tenkar's channel, I don't know what to tell you. You probably are. If not, go subscribe though, because he deserves it.
I should log into my channel just so when I want to talk and chat. But then when somebody
you're
watches
doing it on yours,
I'll be the only one in chat.
Yeah. No, I think the weekend went really well. What do you think, Eric? I'm thinking about doing 3 days, like the full 3 days next year.
That's cool.
Like a full day on Friday.
I'll make sure I don't have a stress test the day before.
Yeah. But and then maybe do like, a meet and greet on Thursday with everybody, and then not be open because I think that was a little weird with the whole. We did one game session, and then the vendors were open, and then we like closed down. I don't know. It seemed okay. Nobody really complained about it.
But as you get bigger, it's gonna be a bit more of an issue, I think. So yeah. That sounds good.
So I'm thinking about doing the 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then, cut it short on Sunday and then have like a bonus night, on Thursday night where maybe I rent out the restaurant or something.
Yeah. You could kind of do it like North Texas does, it's the pre-con get it on, and with North Texas, they don't even look for badges on that Wednesday night. So it's good for locals to come and explore and see the con. And you get a taste of it. Maybe you don't know. You might get some conversions.
Yeah, and then we can do, and then eventually we get into the whole Founders and Legends thing, and we'll do an entire week before, and we'll have 18 days of gaming.
Come on, listen. Bad Mike was just praising you for taking it slow. Doing it the right way instead.
I don't deserve it, Chris. I don't deserve it.
Oh, please.
Not until I catch up on Kickstarters.
No, don't. No, don't. And I am kind of sort of unofficially no longer looking. So unless something is really spectacular, I don't find it. It's one of the best things about letting my blog go a little fallow at this point is I used to do Kickstarter updates and what's on Kickstarter. And it's like, no, if I search for it, then I want to buy it. So let me stop searching for it. Maybe I'll buy less.
Yeah. Agile wants to know what kind of stress test you had.
It was the chemical, and the quick story is I'm driving back from CNY, at my doctor's office. The nurse calls, and she's like, "Oh, the doctor wants to bring you in to update you on your results." I'm like, "Okay, can you come in today?" I'm like, "No, I'm like 120 miles from the city, let alone Long Island." But I went today. Yeah, and it looks like I'm having an Angie. I'm gonna may have a stent in the next week or two, but that's.
Oh boy.
Well, it's better than the alternative, which was, well, that was a weird phone call. It's my cardiologist retired, and he last time I had to get a stent, he handled it by the phone and just said, "Hey, listen, I want you to go and get a stent. This is what we're gonna do." She had to call me into her office to tell me it's no big deal, but I was like, if she wasn't, cute, I would have punched her. But she's kind of cute.
Yeah, they do that. I hate phone calls from the doctors.
I would have taken the phone call over 24 hours of
what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on.
What are you gonna do? What are we gonna do for a movie next year, Roger?
For a movie?
Yeah. Wow,
there's been a lot of great ideas that were thrown out there. Joe Block, So, what is that? Is that Excalibur?
Excalibur.
Excalibur.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Great choice.
Yep. No. So that's.
I'll even bring it if you want it.
So that was on my list. That was top of my list. Conan the Destroyer. I considered Conan the Destroyer because obviously it's the sequel, but a lot of people didn't like that idea. They said, no, don't go that way.
Yeah, it's a rough watch.
You could play the movie Edgelord gave me.
Yeah.
It's still packed in my box. I don't remember what it's called, but
it's called Samurai Cop, and it's a great terrible movie.
There you go, Samurai Cop.
Looks absolutely terrible. Yeah. But you're gonna watch it.
It is terrible, but it is hilariously bad.
Joe Block mentioned that I should go with the Rankin Bass. Is it the Hobbit? Is that the one they did, or was it the? I don't remember if they did. I don't think they did all of them. I think they just did the Hobbit, but that's the one where they sing and everything else. And he thinks that would be a great idea, and everybody would be singing along with it, and it would be a fun time.
Where there is a whip, there is a way.
Is that the? What is that?
Yeah, that was the one that was the live action with the animation painted over it.
That's the Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
No. The live action painted over it was the Lord of the Rings, right? No, the Hobbit.
Right. Yeah, that's Lord of the Rings.
Whip There's a Way is one of the two Rankin Bass ones.
Yeah, Rankin Bass is the one that.
Yeah. That's the Hobbit.
Joe
no,
Box,
that's not the Hobbit. That's the Lord of the Rings. When they're outside.
Yeah, that's Ralph Bakshi. What's his name?
Ralph Bakshi.
Yeah, that's the Lord of the Rings, the rotoscoped one.
And I considered the other, the Ralph Bakshi staple, which is Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if a lot of people would like that.
We could all sing along to the Leonard Nimoy Hobbit song.
Oh my God! Karaoke! Holy shit! We can do karaoke with that.
I'd rather listen to that than that old dude that was up there killing cats. That was there
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of options.
I think anything Tolkien is. I mean, other than that, I mean, if you played any of the modern movies, they're all too long and too many sequels and whatnot.
Yeah. So I was going to ask, what do you guys think about the modern Lord of the Rings movies? I think they're out. I think they're out.
No, they're amazing. They're too long.
Okay. Yes. You mean, do we watch them at the con or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Too long.
Yes. No,
too long for the con.
Yeah. Too long.
Too long. Right. Okay.
Although even Excalibur, I think is probably might be considered too long. So this has the 141 minute. Well, it's not bad. It's 120 minutes. 120 minutes, and then the 141 minute theatrical.
Yeah, so that's fine.
That's not bad.
Yeah, no, I just like Lord of the Rings. I think is too modern as well. Like I think I'd rather go with something that's, although those are 20 something years old now, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
20 years old.
Yeah.
25.
Shut up. Fuck, I'm old. I felt old when they came out. That's how old I am.
We could watch
2001, Roger.
We could watch. What is it? Hang on a second.
Yeah. What about the Star Wars Christmas special?
Oh. Have you actually watched that?
Yeah, I don't want to see.
I did when I was a kid.
I don't want to see Carrie hopped up on cocaine and whatever else she was doing, man. Yeah,
Agile. Yeah, Agile said Wizards.
We could watch Ice Pirates.
Shellback says, "Look, it's a stream full of nerds." You bunch of
And
nerds.
your point.
Dragon Slayer, the one with Sean Connery voicing the dragon, I thought it was really good.
About the original Dragon Slayer.
We can have Greg Gillespie introduce it.
There you go.
The old Dragon Slayer.
Reign of Fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say Reign
of Fire.
Man, that's a badass movie.
Victor,
not bad.
Vic says 13th Warrior.
That's not a bad movie either.
Yeah, not bad.
Yep.
I just watched 13th Warrior and Lady Hawk recently.
Oh, Lady Hawk.
Oh my
was a
god, I
great
used to
one.
like Lady Hawk when I was younger.
You did?
Yeah,
I did. I liked it.
Oh, yeah, it's a good movie.
Then I outgrew it, and that's a shame.
I'm
All right,
scrolling
Hawk the
through
Slayer.
my.
How about we do Hawk the Slayer so nobody has to pay attention?
Hawk the Slayer.
Dragonheart. Thank you. Yes, that's right, Edgelord. Dragonheart.
Dragonheart. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely am leaning towards something that's older than newer. You know, so
Right. No, that makes
Like,
sense.
Okay,
Like,
well, how
even though
old is older? Because like we just said,
right.
Lord of the Rings is 25
I know Lord of the Rings
years
is
old
25 years
now.
old. Like,
No, he's
I'm
talking like
thinking-
70s, 80s.
I'm thinking like 70s, 80s. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
why
think
I'm.
Dragon Slayer.
I mean, I'm writing all this stuff down. So
Yeah,
I'm
Lady
okay.
Hawk soundtrack was a little. I don't know.
Still a great movie.
It reminds me of what was that Heath Ledger movie?
Crawl,
Yeah.
Crawl.
No, the Heath Ledger movie there where they throw in like
No, I know.
CGC
Knight's
and
Tale.
everything. That's what Lady Hawk reminds me of because it's got like 80s music in it.
The anachronistic.
Now the 81 Clash of the Titans is
Yes,
an awesome
with the
movie,
stop
too.
motion animation, absolutely a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other than that
Clash of the
stupid
Titans.
owl. I hate that
Oh. Archimedes, wasn't that the owl's name? Is that right?
yeah, it had to
I
be.
think so. I don't remember. My
Oh,
favorite
man.
part of the,
Oh yeah, there were a lot of kids.
the
at the
remake
time.
was when they said
Yeah.
no to it.
There were a
We
lot of
probably had a dozen kids or so. Total.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
That's
scrolling through my movie list. I mean, there's certainly some kid ones from that era, like Labyrinth and Dark Crystal.
Son of a-
Yeah, but also, I mean, the movies from 8:30 to 10:30.
yeah, well,
like, I
Dark
mean, it's
Crystal is traumatizing as hell if you've
Dark
watched
Crystal.
that when you were a kid.
Badass.
Good lord,
I loved
Dark
that movie
Crystal.
as a kid.
it's great, but
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
very
it's
dark.
creepy as hell. Like,
I remember
the-
being terrified
the
somebody was going to
sketches and
kidnap
stuff.
me and like juice my soul out with some kind of weird gem. You know, it's creepy as hell.
Yeah, those
Dan
things
is
are
back.
creepy.
Dan, weren't you in Denver still, or
Yeah.
are you for a meeting or something, or I don't know.
That's right. He had to take off.
Hey, you want something
Work-related
old,
training.
Roger? We could watch Mazes and Monsters.
I actually consider that, but I mean, I don't know. It was on a list a long time ago, and I was like, no, that's not great.
No, it's not even a good movie.
No.
It's not even a good movie.
Not much want to make it like a drinking movie. We can just like,
Yeah.
Oh my god,
make up
We
rules for
find
a
a
drinking
movie we
movie.
drink.
from it.
That's
we
what
drink every time they drink, or every
That's
time
what we need is a drinking game.
every time a
Yeah.
song starts or something
Yeah,
crazy.
Any movie's a drinking movie if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
Once the Kraken comes out,
Oh, my god.
Whiskey
That
was
bottle
bad
went
enough.
way
I
too quick.
Avoided the Kraken.
And then it didn't help that Dale from Duck and Crow, he poured out all those shots and said, "Okay, nobody's leaving till these are gone."
I was like, oh, geez.
Dan was like, "Oh, challenge accepted."
Bad
Yeah.
Mike's in the
Bad Mike.
room.
Mazes and Monsters, yeah.
Yeah, my ear trumpet. Thank you for the gifting the membership. By the way, thank you.
That zoomed past. There we go. There it is.
That's okay.
So, yeah, cool. Yeah, the only thing creepier than the Puppets movie of claymation films. Yeah, I don't know. Contact 1997. Yeah, I don't. That's probably a no.
yeah. I mean, I saw some cool stuff but it's not fantasy. I mean, if you're really looking for like Big Trouble in Little China, there's like or Highlander's good. There's plenty of movies that are like adjacent, but I don't
Ooh,
know that
OG
they're-
Highlander.
Yeah, Highlander's great.
Oh yeah.
Watch Van Helsing.
Oh, that could work.
Yeah.
Roger.
There's also like Legend and Willow. We didn't
look at that Van Helsing. Yeah, that's right. Willow.
Willow's a good movie. I like Willow.
Willow's good. The Disney version of it sucked ass, but
oh my god,
I think we're set for a couple of years.
It from the drive. Oof.
Yeah, so bad they got rid of it.
If you run Willow, I'm going to run around the con all weekend telling everybody, get out of my way, Peck.
Highlander CNY theme. Hell yes.
I don't think the new Highlander will be out by then.
No, probably not. I'm okay with that.
It might be all right. Or Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness is a great movie.
Army of Darkness
maybe, yeah,
movie.
that's a classic.
This is my boomstick.
I don't know.
Fantasy adjacent. These fight skeletons, right?
Yeah,
it is, and it's actually right up my alley. Is to like how I like gaming anyway. Is just kind of crazy shit. So
there you go.
Well, it fits with the old school. It's very gonzo.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know, Dan. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know.
The Emperor's Choice guys will be bringing real life size swords.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You can have a sword fight up on top of the Utica Club Brewery.
Yeah.
And smash all the lights up there.
No, it'd be great. It'd be cool to watch, right? Yeah, and you hit them and it's just zap. It's just you see like a lightning bolt shoot out of everything. Yeah. No, that'd be fine. Oh, Highlander 3 was a better Highlander too, Vic. Come on.
Highlander 2.
Highlander 2 could have been a decent movie had they not called it Highlander 2. It could have just been its own goofy science fiction movie and would have been just fine. But they called it Highlander 2. They wanted to make it fit in the Highlander world, and it was an abomination.
Yeah.
And Highlander 3 sucked because Mario Van Peebles, all he did was just a caricature of the Kurgan.
Why don't we do Flash Gordon?
It was terrible.
Well, they changed it. Yeah, they changed it a bunch. They changed it a bunch of times too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They changed the origin story, whether they were aliens. It depends on what version of it that you saw. Yeah. Highlander 3 went under the assumption that Highlander 2 never happened.
It's probably wise.
I know
it was an absolute mess.
I know the new Highlander coming out is ignoring Highlander 2 and 3.
Good call.
Yeah. I hope they ignore all of them up to Highlander 5.
Because those weren't the TV series.
Those weren't great.
So
well,
listen,
the TV series, they did the TV series, and then they did movies with him in 4 and 5. Him and Connor find each other in the fourth movie.
They were TV movies,
and and they have to like work together to kill like this bad guy, but Duncan is like super like no by the code, like only one of us can fight him because that's cheating, and then spoilers, they work it out, and only one of them goes on from there.
Yeah, it was lame. There's only one Highlander. I don't care about the TV series.
The fifth one was worse. I actually liked the TV series. I actually enjoyed it. The movies were kind of poo poo after that. I mean, the first movie was good, but like after that, it went down.
So listen, if Joe told you he wants a sing along movie, run Flash Gordon.
Yeah, Highlander the Source.
It does have a badass soundtrack.
It does.
That's the fifth one. Yeah, I believe Highlander the Source, where Duncan, who's had this sword for all these years in the TV show and the movie and everything, the first thing that happens in this movie is his sword gets snapped in half, and he has like two, I don't know, tonfas or something, like really short like swords that he uses for the rest of the movie. And it's terrible. And then the ending is terrible when you like the whole story comes out and everything. It's bad.
A tonfu is a wooden baton. A tanto is
tanto. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
the short sword thing. Yeah. I think that's.
Although the wakizashi is a short katana.
Yeah, I'm terrible at all those things.
It's really a utility knife. It's usually about that long.
Yeah, maybe they were a little bit longer than that, but yeah, he had two of those, and that's what he used for the entirety of the movie. So it was bad. Beastmaster. Maybe.
Classic.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Chubby's in the room. We're
Chubby's back.
Excellent.
Chubby's back for a brief moment. Entertain me.
Is he holding the dog again?
I don't know. Chubby, are you holding the dog again? Important questions.
His wife shopping in a store. He's watching the dog.
We want
to. If it's out, there's that new Deathstalker. That might be good. I know it's new, but I heard it's pretty good.
Maybe. I don't know. I think I'd rather
Barbarian Brothers, man. That's another. In fact, if you've never seen Samurai Cop, picture how hilariously bad the Barbarian Brothers is. That's Samurai Cop. Boy, what a terrible movie. I could just see those two guys just stabbing that snake overhead and just stuff coming down on them. That God, what a terrible movie.
Man.
But a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Yep. We'll have to figure it. We'll have to put a poll up somewhere.
Have any of you guys watched Brotherhood of the Wolf?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a badass
movie. I haven't watched it. I heard it's
a really good movie.
Awesome.
It's incredible. It's in French, so you'll have to watch with subtitles unless you speak French. But man, that
watch a movie that's like
awesome.
Warhammer, old school Warhammer fantasy. That's it.
I was always told it was like Ravenloft.
Yeah, maybe. I always equated it to Warhammer.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I never got into Warhammer. It's stupid.
I don't think
I don't know anything about Warhammer.
I don't think that a foreign language movie is a good idea.
No.
It's got subtitles.
Okay,
if you haven't seen Brotherhood of the Wolf, whoever's out there watching this right now, please go watch that movie. It did nothing at the box office. It is excellent. And not like, oh, it's an excellent masterpiece film. It is an excellent movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
very
cool.
I'm not debating that. I'm not saying that those, like, I would watch it. I'm just saying for CNY next year.
Having a foreign language film with subtitles is probably not a good idea.
Yeah. Actually, Prey kind of reminded me of that too. I don't know if you watched that, the Predator movie Prey that was on Hulu.
That shit.
I like
Prey. Prey was good.
Oh, no,
I like Prey.
Oh, stop.
I think Prey was the one I did not like.
Prey was good.
Yeah. She throws the rope axe. And,
that's
of course it
Scorpion.
It never actually flips.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Predator movies physics aren't realistic enough for you.
No, but it is. My problem with this, they tried to pretend like it was real. The Predator's not meant to be taken seriously at all, but they want you to take this one seriously.
I don't know about
no
that.
Thanks, I'm done.
Vic is working on something based on League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Van Helsing, stuff like that.
Awesome.
That's cool. That's really cool because Matt, what was that? What was that DCC? There was a DCC thing that they were doing that was like that. Was it Transylvanian Adventures? Like only the first book came out, and then the guy dropped off the planet.
Yeah, that was how many years ago? Like 7, 8 years ago. That was prior to COVID.
Longer than that, probably.
Yeah,
but it was cool. I was in on it. I loved it.
Yeah,
but there was no monsters. There was no. Just the first book came out.
I do remember that. Now you're making me look it up.
Hammer
horror inspired supplement for DCC.
Yeah, there you go. But only the first book came out, and so that was it. Hello from Texas.
Hola.
I don't know. JN3 storyteller. Yeah, Transylvanian Adventures. Yeah, and a 0 level adventure. Yeah. That was like all there was. There was supposed to be like a monster book and everything else, but black hats and gaslights. Okay, I'm in, Vic. Let's do it.
Yep, you can get a print on demand on drive-through, or you can get it directly from Goodman.
Yeah, but it's incomplete.
I know. I'm not saying
That's
it
the
is.
problem.
I'm just saying if somebody's interested.
Oh yeah. Sorry. No, it's fantastic.
It's 300 pages, so it's it's an incomplete 300 pages.
Yeah. There's no. It's got all the player stuff, which is fine. I mean, there's no like monsters and stuff, which I mean for DCC you can use anything, so that works. But
and actually,
I don't remember what there was for spells.
The author has a note on the sales page. On its own, Transylvanian Adventures is playable for those who are looking to integrate spellcasters and more firepower to the polymath or use more thematic adversaries, it will feel incomplete without a resource such as DCC. I apologize, I cannot deliver on the commitment of 2 more volumes in the series. Well, right.
No, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, well, listen, that's life.
There's a Savage Worlds based game called Rippers, which is based on Victorian England, Jack the Ripper, that whole genre, which would be a pretty cool setting to play in.
Yeah. So somebody was asking, who was I talking to yesterday? Man, somebody was saying, it was earlier yesterday that I should do ranked GMs, like I should give them an XP for every hour that they play. Oh, that was Bloodworth. Bloodworth is saying they do that at, is it ShireCon they do that?
I don't think it's
ShireCon. Rising Phoenix, maybe?
Probably Rising Phoenix. That sounds right.
They give XP to game masters, 1 for every hour.
Yeah, it's Rising Phoenix.
And then and it's just like to track stuff. And I don't know if you get something for it, but like after so many, you can like get to level, different levels, and you level up. And it's just sort of like a hierarchy thing. You know what I mean? You could be a level 2 GM, level 3, whatever. And so I considered doing something like that. I think it would be near impossible to do at like a really large convention, but at small scale, I think it's easy to just keep a spreadsheet, and do that. I don't know.
Would you put the level on the badges?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to show how cool you are.
There are people that will do it just for that.
So people can, this way you could show how much better you are than everybody else.
I think the only problem with that is you might get people that are going to jump into games based on the GMs and skip over other games because, if you're a new GM coming in and you don't have any XP, people may skip you thinking that you're not very good or whatever. I don't know.
That's interesting.
You wanted to stay away from segregating.
No, you're right. You're right.
Other cons have leaned into segregating. Oh, if you're poor and you can't afford the top badge, you can't participate.
Yeah.
So
no, I hear you. I hear that.
Ranking GMs might lean into that and kind of, I don't know. It depends. I mean, it's you and I might see it differently, but some player coming in that doesn't know everybody and sees, especially if it's listed on their badge.
Yeah. That's a level 5 GM, and Matt's only a level 2. So, screw that guy. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Dan, I never said Gary Con. You just assumed that's what I was referring.
I'll say it. Gary Con does that.
I've never been to Gary Con, so I have nothing to go on.
No one named it.
Yep. I mean, this would be an interesting topic to talk about at some point because I mean, it's really like spreading across all the conventions, to be honest.
Yeah.
And like some of it is really egregious. Like,
no lie. I had more fun at this convention than I've ever had at any other convention, just because I think, and listen, man, the hours that you had us open, it was like, no other convention has the vendors open that long. And at first I was like, man, that's going to be exhausting. And it was, but I was all in. The minute we closed and other stuff was going on, I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. Whatever. You didn't miss that because you were there.
Right. I didn't miss
because normally you close at 5 or 6 or whatever it is.
Right.
And then you're not there when the last session ends and everybody's doing stuff. Yeah.
Right. And when you have a convention center that's not part of the hotel and people are separated by that, if you leave, you've got the group segregated now. You've got people that are at the hotel hanging out, people that are still playing games at the convention. You don't get to meet with all those people. This was nice because no matter what, everybody was there. When games ended, obviously there were some people that went to bed, and whatever, but the people that hung out, like I said before, it wasn't, we've talked about, we've been to other cons where special guests all decided to get together and go play their own special game that, and then they go into a room that's got all glass windows.
A glass window,
so everybody could see them. And like, You're not involved.
And you definitely you look down at your badge and go, "Oh, I didn't pay enough to go in there."
Right,
Whatever.
right,
Yeah.
right. And it was nice that you walk out. Like Friday night, we went out and sat there, and like Eric's sitting out there with the rest of us, pulls up a chair. We're all sitting around. Everybody's drinking, passing around, pouring Blantons and doing whatever. And it was just a great time,
Yeah.
And fortunately, while gamers are drinkers and whatever else, fortunately, most people didn't get all wasted and, there weren't any problems and it was a good time.
Yeah.
So.
Dan, I think said it best here. I think having some sort of GM level is just bragging right nonsense. We're all just gamers enjoying games. There's no need to make some sort of better than you atmosphere.
I agree with that.
So
I do.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I mean, you gotta put it in perspective too. Like say like me, I've never run a con game, but I want to start running games, but I still have to run my booth. So at the very best, during a weekend con, I will probably get my wife and daughter to run the booth for me so I can go run a game. So I'm running a single game, which means, at best, I'm going to earn a little bit of experience where people that, and you get like Cyrus, he's an animal. That dude will run games all weekend long. He runs 3 slots on Saturday. He'll run a game on Sunday. He might run games on Friday. He's just a beast. And not to take anything away, he's a great DM. People love his games.
I love his games.
But is it fair to put a ranking system on it because somebody comes to attend as a DM and they run games all weekend versus somebody that like my example, you're running a vending booth and you can only get away for a game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I hear you. And that's a great point. And that's why we're having a conversation, right, about it.
Yeah.
To get this feedback, that's good.
I think you've come up with a good dynamic where everybody feels welcome and it's like everybody's involved. So I wouldn't get away from that.
Well, thanks for that, Mike. Appreciate it. Advanced Fantasy Games. CNY was a astounding success. Thank you. It was fantastic. We had 244 was our final number. 244 people. It was great. We had everybody seemed to enjoy themselves. Everybody was just really thrilled with everything that went on. Even like Mike was saying, after hours, man, we were hanging out afterwards. It was great, and people were just wandering the halls, and we weren't like crazy either. I mean, I know what it sounds like when you say there was a dozen of us drinking in the hallway, but it was, I mean, yeah, right. We all get a little talky and, our voices go up, but it was fairly tame,
Yeah. Well, listen, when
it was like adult friends around a fire pit or something. It wasn't like a bunch of kids running around screaming.
Right. When you take a couple bottles of whiskey, but you're pouring it out between 20 people, it doesn't go very far. You have a couple drinks and move on. And, it's like when we sat there on Saturday night and Matt kept, let's do another one, and kept bringing over shots. We hit about the 4th one, and all were like, yeah, that's enough.
They were like thimble-sized shots. I don't think they were full-size adult shots.
I know they were. I know. That's what I said. We were like...
That's what I'm going with. That's my story anyway.
Yeah, that's
right. Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't want to bring... last year I didn't... So I ordered shot glasses this year because last year I did it. It was kind of impromptu, and I ended up with the plastic cups, from the water fountain. And so, we were like, let's pour some shots. And, you try and pour a shot in those, even if you pour, you pour a quarter inch to the bottom of that. I mean, the bottom is 2 inches in diameter.
Who ordered the quadruple?
Maybe you should test out the pouring spouts next time beforehand.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So, I bought these pouring spouts that were supposed to be exactly 1 ounce of liquid, and they're supposed to pop right into the bottle. and I pulled the cork out and I go and put it in there, and it's super loose. It's like one size too small, and the thing doesn't fit over the top. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And then I think Dale was like, I think he's the one that yelled and said, "Oh, you failed that check or something like it, or you fumbled on that check." And I was like, "All right, whatever, fuck these things." I'm like, somebody's got to pour this because I'll make a mess. So yeah,
I think they made a mess too, but that's okay.
yeah. No, it was good. It was good. Yeah, Andrew and I poured shots without spilling much of anything Saturday. Yeah, that was good. No, that was a great time. No, and I think that was fun, and that's something that I want to do. And that was kind of just for vendors, special guests, and staff, but it's kind of an after hours thing.
Well, so you say that, but here's another thing. You have attendees that are staying in the hotel.
Yeah.
And there were plenty of them in there.
Oh, sure.
And it wasn't like, well, you're not this level, so you can't be here.
Right.
Everybody was welcome. And I think that's one thing that really stood out.
I think the only thing that I had to say was like, look, this is after hours. It's not part of the convention because I can't serve alcohol at the convention.
Right.
So I have to say convention's closed. We're just in this room. That's it. Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's cool. But yeah, it was fun. And you're right, Mike. Like that's something that I really, really was adamant for from the beginning. Was everybody's in this. I really don't want to like the VIP thing. They get a week jump on game registration, and they get a VIP bag. They get a swag bag, but nothing that's like, oh, they're the only ones that can play in this, and like they're the only ones that can play in Eric Tenkar's game, or whatever. Because I mean, we've all seen that happen, and sorry, Eric. I mean,
that's okay.
Yeah. And I don't know how it worked out because I didn't sign up for any games, but I could tell you at other cons when I've looked at games of like, hey, do I want to play in this? You get some of these special guests, and of course the gold badges fill up their games, and that's it. You got no chance. What would honestly be nice to see is like if, say, a special guest is going to run 3 games over the weekend, maybe 2 of them go up early, and then the 3rd game goes up after the badge is open for everybody, which gives other people a chance to get in with a special guest.
Yeah.
It's just a thought. I know everybody else seems to do it like, well, you're a gold badge holder, you're a platinum badge, you're a VIP badge, you get to do this. The rest of you suck.
I think there's a way to do it on tabletop events where you can tell it to open up like a certain number or a certain percentage of slots.
Talk to Dad Mike, because what they do at North Texas is, say a game has 6 slots, they'll put up 3 of them are open before general registration, but not for gold badges, not for silver. You basically you're tipping the con $5 for that early slot. So everybody has access to it. Nobody has to spend an extra $100 on a gold badge. If you want to get into a certain game and you don't want to wait till the rest of the slots open up on, in this case, April 15th, you just pay your extra $5 and,
Yeah.
So I think that's not a bad way to generate just a little extra.
A little extra for the con, and you're not sorting people out by badge level, platinum, gold, silver, oh my. Not saying which con, Gary Con, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that one.
I know, but that's the one I hear the most complaints about from people. It's like, if you don't have a special badge, you're not getting into any of the games that you want to get into. Well, this kind of balance, and it's only 3 slots that can be pre-sold. So even if you don't want to pay $5 for a slot, when everything goes live, then you can be part of the Mad Scramble.
Right. Or you get the thing where you can't be a part of, like, to continue what Matt was saying, like, you didn't pay, like you only get the 3 days, or you only get the 2 days or whatever. You don't get the bonus, you don't get this bonus day with the cool people or whatever,
right.
I
I just think it's a shame that like I mean, I get it. I think, special guests and celebrity culture, it's a way to get people to a convention. I mean, I think there's a place for it. It does feel weird to me that like it feels like the last couple of years there's been this real pull towards turning gaming conventions into just like go see celebrities.
The fan expo thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not the right demographic for it. I've paid to play with people I wanted to play with. I've definitely sought out certain, but like I've also played, maybe the people I'm trying to play with are a different type, because like Brendan LaSalle running something is like that gets me like excited, right? It's not, it's awesome, I'm not trying to find YouTubers or whatever. So it's like it's a different thing, and I sort of get that. As like if I had a chance to play in the game with Kelsey, would I pay like $500 for some special badge to do that? No, I would never do that. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's good to kind of run counter to that, to really make the convention about playing games with people and not about like celebrity hunting.
Yeah.
And I do think if you stay with the all-inclusive type convention like you've been doing, I think eventually you're going to stand out in the crowd. People are going to, that's going to be attractive to them, and realize that I don't have to pay all this extra money just to come play an Eric Tenkar's game.
Right. Or anybody's game. And that's the whole thing. Certain cons, they have like the special guest dinner, and you get your VIP badge to, I don't know, have a pretty shitty cheesesteak with the
cheesesteak. And I'm not going to say who that is. Me
neither.
And I live here, and I've said here are a bunch of places you could get one that isn't terrible, but is what it is. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Hey, Jeff.
I'm sorry, but that was like pretty bad. But the thing is, people aren't going for the cheesesteak. They're going because they feel like, oh, I get to socialize with the special guest. Well, honestly, I was a special guest, and you weren't socializing with anybody because it was a room with like 200 people in it. It wasn't intimate. CNY is like a smaller version of North Texas. There's no special dinner. You go to the bar or you hang out in the hallway in the case of CNY, and you sit down with a special guest and you share a drink, possibly out of a bottle coming out of somebody's bag. But in any case, you aren't separated, you aren't segregated. You don't have to prove, well, I've got my special badge for access. No, you are the same as everybody else. Again, North Texas, if you want to see somebody like Alan Hammock, go to the bar after gaming and then buy Alan a drink, and you'll have your ear talked off, and it'll be beautiful. Same thing goes for CNY. That's the beauty of cons like that put the community first, and I mean, you don't want to lose money on it, but some of them are purely about profit, even if they aren't profit. But in any case, just throwing it out there.
I do like the idea that you and I were talking about, Roger, about possibly renting out the bar restaurant. And I had suggested it for this year, but it was obviously too late to try and even do something like that. But if you do the night before and just do Thursday night, because you're not going to do Friday because they do their karaoke night and whatever else.
And that would be my day too. Like that would be like my Saturday night.
Right. Yeah. Thursday night for the meet and greet would be awesome. And just don't do a gaming slot. Just do it for the people that are coming in early, staying at the hotel. Hey, listen, man, if you come in starting at 8:00, the bar's open, the restaurant's going to do a late night menu, and we're going to do a meet and greet.
So my wife had an idea that she wanted to try and do for this year, and it was kind of too late to do it. But she suggested doing like a taste of Utica type of thing. And so having like basically a small menu of stuff, like doing the chicken riggies, have tomato pie,
on the chicken riggies,
have half moons come in from like Hemstraws or something. You know what I mean? And like all the stuff that's kind of like local.
Half moons are from Utica?
So
talk to me about tomato pie. So because like we have We have that here too. So I'm curious if it's the same thing.
So we have it's like a bread that is cold that has tomato sauce on it.
Yeah, it's like a cold pizza without any cheese.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like Parmesan cheese on top of cold tomato sauce, like a sweet.
But it's not a cold pizza because it hasn't been heated and the cheese is melted through. The sauce is spread on
there's
the
no
cold.
cheese because there's no cheese. I know. I'm
right.
It's disgusting.
Right. For someone who's never had a way to describe it, it's like a pizza, but it's cold and it doesn't have mozzarella cheese.
So
yeah, but if you come up here and say that, though,
can we get a giant tray of Utica greens?
Oh, and Utica greens. That's right.
Utica
Greens,
yeah,
absolutely. Utica greens. Yeah, stuff like
Chicken
that.
Riggies are available in Utica, which are excellent.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah,
those are good.
So that was kind of like
first
the
time
idea
this weekend.
to like do that. But if I do that and I have them like make that in like batches or portions or whatever, now I have to charge something because I have to buy all that. So I mean, is that bad if
that? No, what's that? I think people. Yeah. What are Utica greens? I'm not.
Okay, so Utica greens.
They're greens from Utica.
It says popular Italian American dish from
people.
Utica, featuring escarole sautéed with garlic, olive oil, hot cherry peppers, prosciutto, topped with breadcrumbs, Romano cheese, broiled until crispy. It's
delicious. Really good. Yeah, they're very good. Yeah.
They're very good.
I would pay. I mean, for what it's worth, I would definitely pay for that but I like that kind of stuff, like getting to try the stuff that's local to a place. Yeah,
and like I would totally I would pay for the special guests, the staff.
But Roger, you could expand. You could expand beyond just Utica and just make it Central New York. Then you can expand to like Syracuse and
but if you're supplying food for everybody, that's a losing proposition. I think you should be supplying snacks, sure. Hey, or have the hotel supply chips and dip or whatever, little stuff like that. But actual meals, no. Let the restaurant be open and let people pay for their food. You don't want to be, because you can't predict how many people are going to be there.
Yeah.
I could sell I could sell it.
If it's like an event you sell tickets for. Yeah.
I just, I don't want you. Again, we're not worrying about the profit aspect. We're just, we don't want you in the red.
I think Eric's probably right on that.
You've
got a restaurant there. You've got a restaurant there,
right? Yeah. And they'll do Riggies and greens. And I can just bring in some tomato pie and
right. If they're willing to keep the do a late night menu on Thursday,
and just do a specific menu though.
Yeah,
just do their late night menu, the same one they do on Friday.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't have to change anything. Just do the same menu they do on Friday. They have a late night menu from 9 till close on Fridays.
Yeah,
just and ask them if we rent it out. Say if we rent it out on Thursday, can we get that, same menu?
Yeah, I don't know if Riggies is on that menu. That's
I don't know.
I think it was.
But
I think it's on there.
They had it on the regular menu. I don't know about the late night one.
So they could probably do it. Vic, we're gonna have to have a discussion on the difference between tomato paste and tomato sauce.
There is no. It's disgusting.
Well, you don't like tomato pies?
No, I do not. I seriously, I think it's disgusting. The whole cold tomato paste thing. I can't.
No, I get it.
That.
I think it's crazy that's because that's like a super hyper local food item in like the Norristown and Conshohocken area, which is close to me where I live. My old job was right in the middle of that kind of small circle of where this tomato pie existed, and we would get people, like any office that has a couple hundred employees or whatever, you have some people that are driving in from somewhere, and like once a year you'd do a luncheon or something and somebody would be like, what the hell is wrong with this pizza? You have to explain what's going on. So I just think it's wild that like 6 hours away there's also a hyper local like thing where you're also eating the same weird food item.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't so Jeff says we need a dunk tank for Dan, but man, I wonder if we get a dunk tank, if people would pay like $5 for a baseball to dunk me.
I would.
Maybe.
Or we see if we get like 10 card to volunteer and
listen. If the money's going to help support the con, I think we would all pay $5.
I think we'd all take our throws and our turn in the dunk tank.
Yeah.
No, that could be fun.
And while they're up, I'll sneak behind the tank and hit the thing when they throw it, just in case they miss.
Close enough. You don't worry about it. It's like horseshoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so that might be the way to do it. To see if we can get the restaurant out for Thursday and do. I think that's right. You know, you probably just do it, have it open, and then everybody pays.
Yep.
You know, and they just make it as they come out or whatever. Eric Tunkar, yeah, of course, Eric Tunkar.
Oh, yeah. Greg
Who else
will be
would
there
want to dunk?
Throwing a few balls.
Chubby, who could we dunk that would make you come up to CNY? That's what we want to know. So,
if Chubby comes up, we could dunk him.
Yeah, you're back. You're back on the same live stream. What are you doing? Is shopping destroying your mind? No, I think that'd be cool to do that. And then this way we could do a full day Friday, full day Saturday, and then 2/3 of a day on Sunday. You know, I think that's I think that would work out really well. I mean, I don't want to get too big too quick. Like, I mean, I don't want to go into like a whole, I know I joked before about doing an 18-day gaming, you know, thing like that other convention does. But, you know, like I didn't want to go to 3 days. Like I was perfectly content with just Saturday, Sunday. And then last year, everybody was like, oh, we need 3 days. We need 3 days. We need 3 days. And so I made it 3 days. And now it's like, it still seems like that 3 days like isn't enough.
I think 3 days is enough. I think having Thursday. I think the Thursday night,
right.
no gaming, just
right.
Just for people to get together and
yes,
it's a pre-con get together.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean because this year was still kind of 2 days,
right?
Because there was really only one game session on Friday and 2 on Saturday or 2 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Right, and then 3 on Saturday. So it's really like just the equivalent of not having a long day Sunday. So, yeah, do a full day Friday. Yeah, and Thursday night is the hangout in the bar.
You're still going to have hangouts Friday night. You're still going to have hangouts Saturday night.
Sure.
You know, when people finish up their gaming, it's going to happen.
Sure. We're talking about it, Chubby. We're talking about doing expanding to Thursday night, doing a hangout night, and then the convention being a full day Friday, full day Saturday, and 2/3 of the day Sunday.
I'm not
instead of doing just Friday night, starting Friday morning.
I'm not used to these guys saying I'm right about anything. Usually they're just telling me like players are animals and I'm fucked up.
Well, tonight's a weird night. I mean, we bounced Roger into the corner.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the most Kickstarters. And we shit all over his favorite edition of D&D. So he's having it's a way to celebrate his convention being a smashing success.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Dan is right to say Mike is right. Oh man, yeah, right. I mean, right. There were people there on Wednesday, right, that came in. Absolutely. I mean, I was there Wednesday, but I mean, if you guys show up on Wednesday and I catch you there, you're helping set up. I mean, that's it's the only way that you're getting into the ballroom. But I mean, yeah, I like that idea. I think doing the Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing, and then doing bonus day Thursday is a great idea. Maybe we could do a movie right in the bar. And then that would be good. That would be good there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh my God.
It's like a scene from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Olson Johnson's right about Howard Johnson being right.
Oh man. Yeah, Jeff, you were there. You helped break down. You helped stack tables. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good time next year, already in the planning. So we already set the dates. I believe it is the 11th, 12th, 13th of June. Let me fast forward through the calendar here. Yep, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 11th, 12th, and 13th of June, 2027. That'll be that. Also, I have in the works, because people can't get enough CNY, I have a game day scheduled, and that is going to be December 12th.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me drive in the snow.
And that, well, hopefully it's early enough. I wanted it to be at the 6-month mark.
December 12th in Central New York is not early enough.
It's a Saturday. It's just going to be a game day local. I'm not going to end up having special guests or.
Did you say December 12th?
December 12th. Yeah. Is that
that's Stephanie's birthday. I will not be able to attend.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
It's a Saturday that ended up 6 months, exactly 6 months on the other side. So it's just a 6-month thing. Like Matt, I know you're like 6 hours away. You know what I mean? It's hard to come up for a day. I don't intend to do special guests and stuff. It's probably going to be like $5 or $10. It's going to be at Two Cousins Pinball. So I'm tying in with them to see how we can work things out. Pay for admission, and you get like $5 off at the pinball hall all day. Things like that.
Yes, Dan. I'll be right there with you.
So
Dan is right about second edition being right.
So yeah, I mean, but like I said, it's just going to be a thing. Obviously, it's going to be geared toward more locals. Anybody obviously anybody from out of town is welcome to come in, but it's going to be loosely put together. I'm going to have games. People can schedule games and stuff. I'll have a tabletop events page. They can set that up, run games.
Are we talking board game type games? Is that
no, to RPGs.
Okay.
If people want to do board games or whatever, like I know it's Stephanie's birthday, but like if you wanted to bring your Skyrim board game or something, like this would be the time to do it.
Cool.
Right. Okay. Like, cause there'd be, people could sign up for it and stuff. Like it's like, just like it's a convention. It's just going to be one day. Like I said, nothing special, no real like badges. Like I might do, wristbands from the bar or like hand stamps or something. I get a hand stamp that says CNY or something like that. So it's just a one-day thing, but that's what I'm planning. $5 or $10. I'm leaning toward $10, and then we can do a discount with the pinball hall. And so, you'll be able to get to play pinball all day for free, So, I think it'll be great, and Eric, obviously we would love to have you. I know you're, you're only like an hour away once you get out of the city.
Yeah. Coming back was actually pretty good. It made it like with the bathroom stop and a short walk for the dog. I mean, 4 hours and 20 minutes. I was like,
I was gonna say he's got to be as far as Matt is.
But going up there was like a 6-hour drive. Yeah. That damn wacky weather you folks get. I don't know about that.
You could hop on a train; it'll only take you 10 hours.
Yeah, I'll take an Amtrak.
But yeah, so that's something that I'm planning. Like I said, I set the date already with them. Very, very informal kind of thing. Like I said, we'll have games scheduled, and that's it. I'm not really planning any events or anything like that. So,
are you going to use tabletop to try and set up games, or are you just going to?
Yes. No. I have not met the person, but I have learned a lot from Wenger Satanis. I'm running a game day where people just show up and run things.
Okay.
I'll say that. Just from watching that unfold and hearing people talk about that, like, and not having scheduled things, it sometimes is chaos that some people don't want to deal with. So, but yeah, so I think that's. So obviously, like Eric, if you can come up, it'd be fantastic. I don't, it's 4 hours for a day.
Well, I'll figure out the logistics. I'll let you know.
But yeah, and Matt, same thing. I would love to have you come up and run a bunch of games.
If
but
the dogs
again,
there, if the dogs are there, maybe I'll. Who knows?
Well, Eric, you'll have to bring the dog.
Oh, well, that'll be a given. Yes.
You'll have to bring the dog, and we'll bring ours, and we'll figure something out.
I'm going to bring mine. I'm bringing mine from now on. She's three. She's 3 now. She's settling down.
There you go.
She's friendly. She just wants to greet everybody.
Yeah, right. So
I said if I just took her off leash and let her into the game hall, she'd run around between table to table to whoever would give her attention.
I bet. Yeah. I bet.
I wouldn't do that.
Dan says he's going to fly out just to hang with the boys for a day. I think he's crazy if he does that, but you know.
Why? Maybe he just likes you that much.
Well, I mean, I'm all for it. No, come out. I mean, I think it'll be fun. I mean, Jason can't come out. We engineered it so that Jason can't come out the weekend.
I mean, Stan's driving.
You know.
Right? You're retired.
I'm almost closer than Eric is.
You're retired. What else you got to do?
Wow. Chubby says if he comes to CNY, he'll run a Shadow Rim tournament where parties have to raid dragon perches to learn the most shouts, and someone can get crowned the true Dragonborn.
Awesome.
If you come to CNY, you got to run your Dark Sun game.
It is coming along nicely, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Well, December 12th is
a bad date.
It's hard to tell because Chubby is such a workhorse that it's like 7 emails a day about his new stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard to even keep track of it all.
Yep. Dude's moving in all kinds of chaos in his life. Here's 5 updates.
Jesus. Yeah.
Vic, we would love to have you. And believe me, that's all most of us did the entire weekend was sit around awkwardly and talk to people. So, so you fit right in.
About Mike being right. I'm going to keep doing that all night long because that scene is hilarious.
I think we've officially decided that I am right.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I don't know what happened tonight, how that happened, but I'll take it.
But yeah, so game day. So I'm going to be posting about that soon, and I'll put that up, and we'll see how that goes. Like I said, just kind of an informal thing. We'd love to have you guys. Dan, I get it. Just bad timing.
Yes.
Jason, same thing. I don't know. Well, you'll have to take Stephanie somewhere nice the weekend before, and then
I'll talk to her. I'll talk to her.
Well, if game day is Saturday, maybe you could take her out Friday night or something.
Yeah, I'll talk to her. Yeah,
take her to the pinball hall for her birthday.
No,
she's not a gamer.
No, she is not.
Oh,
yeah, I have tried. I really have. It is not her bag.
Oh my god!
What is she like? Maybe we can find a game that she would like.
Yes,
Animals?
if we have a D&D tournament at the zoo, I can take her with me and I can do my D&D and she can wander around the zoo.
5e is full of animal types.
No.
Anthropomorphic.
Not that kind of animal.
Oh.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy.
Tell her there'll be dogs there.
There'll be animals.
Yeah.
Well, Chad is devolved in calling.
Pure chaos.
Pure chaos.
Anarchy.
I think it's Jason. I think it's Jason's fault. Yeah, they are. I think this time is Jason's fault. I'm not quite sure, but
thank you.
But I'll give him credit for it. So that's where somebody was supposed to say they think I'm right.
No.
See,
that doesn't sound like us.
It doesn't sound right at all.
That's true. Yeah, we'd run Shadow.
When did that ever happen?
We gotta get Chubby up here. Chubby said he'll come up here if the Shadow Sun Kickstarter hits 100K. So
nice.
So
I know
we're gonna make that happen.
Chubby does North Texas, right?
Yes.
I know they're a week apart, but it's just 2 weeks of your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got about 3 hours down. I think we had a great focused conversation about conventions.
Well, I mean, it really stayed on topic of conventions. Yeah, most of the chat was.
We did. Most of it was. It was good to get Jay on earlier.
Oh,
I think that was cool to get him talking about some stuff, and it was great to see him out at the convention. Eric, thank you for coming out, to the con, and thanks for joining us here tonight.
I wouldn't miss it. So,
yeah, no, appreciate that. And now, of course, my daughter and all her friends, you don't have any excuse now, because
oh God, no,
they want to see the dog.
The dog didn't want to leave. We drove off, and she was like, "Oh, it's like, where are we going?" No.
Yeah, all these fun people, right?
There's people here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was an absolute blast. Absolute blast this weekend, and
I'm not kidding. I told you this before, but this was absolutely hands down the most fun I've had at a con. I usually go to work, right, and as soon as the vendor hall closes, I pack my shit up. I go back to the hotel. I have a couple beers. I go to bed.
Yeah,
because everybody's spread out. You don't get to see all the people. This time, I went. My daughter was with me, but she, when we closed up, she brought her laptop. She went back up to the bedroom, hooked up to the Wi-Fi, and she played Overwatch with her friends.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll be up in a few hours, and I went down and I hung out with everybody, and it was a great time.
Yeah, that was really cool. It was really cool to get to see some of the vendors, and the vendors, the special guests, the GMs, everybody just hanging out.
You really don't get that experience at bigger cons.
No.
So this was my son. He's never been to a convention before, and he didn't play a single game, and he had a great time and wants to come back next year.
Yeah.
Like he was talking about he's like said, "Oh man, it was so much fun just hanging out with everybody." And the whole time, even when we were working our tables and stuff, like Mike and his daughter and my son, we're all just hanging out, shooting breeze, and Jason was hanging out with us, and it was great.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sad if you move your spot next year, Stan.
He said he goes, the only downside to moving it is that we won't be right next to Mike. And
that was actually really nice, because we had somebody right next to us that we got to hang out with the whole time.
And I'll save a spot for him in Shadow Rim next time, so he has a seat.
Yeah. He was he's fine. I actually had to question him about it a little bit on the way home, because he had opportunities to play games, and he was like, "Nah, I'm all set." And the dropship guys invited him to play because he bought a book off them and stuff, and he's just like, he's not a big fan of big groups. Even when my table had 7 or 8 players, he was always there, but it wasn't his favorite sessions. It's a little too chaotic for him sometimes.
I get that. I try to keep it. I like 4 or 5. And I think I capped all of them at 5 but I brought 6 plus pre-gens to everything just in case we needed to have spots. But I had my way. I think I had the Delta Green set at 4 and the other one's at 5. I think that's kind of the sweet spot.
When I used to run my home 2E games, I'd have up to 9 players. We were all friends, so it was okay. But I couldn't imagine doing a game that big at a con. I would rather have 4 or 5 players at most. I think that's a good sweet spot.
Yeah, because it gets mine at 6. I do not want more than 6.
Yeah, it gives you enough to be able to involve everybody. You can actually, if somebody's quiet, you can actually direct the action towards them. You start getting up to 9 players, it's it's easy enough even for the DM to get lost on who's doing what.
Chubby played 10 games. Ted played in 10 games at North Texas.
Oh yeah, he was all in.
Yeah. Well, that's 4 days, right? Eric, I don't want to hold you up. I know you said you've got a hard out at 9. So, if you got to go, I know it's a couple minutes yet, but I don't want to.
Well, by the way, I'm the outlier because I run with as many as 12. I can do 10. But I got to be using a light system, Swords and Wizardry Light or BX.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, on Sunday it was a little bit quieter in the room because there was less tables running. But if it's a full room, I stand for my whole session, so I can walk around the table, I can engage people, and I've had that. You got a quiet player, you walk right up to him, you talk to him. You can do that, but I couldn't. I couldn't if I was running 1E. Or something of that complexity or more, I'm probably hard cap of 8 and preferably 6. But with a lighter system, because the lighter system still move fast, as long as you make the players actually decide.
That's why I think I'd run OSC or Shadow Dark for a con game, just because it's a lighter system. It flows quick, so even if you have more players, it's it moves right along.
Yeah.
I've seen. I know there's people that can handle that many. I mean, I've seen Cyrus run eight people, and he had 7 or 8 and felt like it was okay. I don't feel like I am adept at doing that.
I've seen Matt Finch run with 22.
That's
it was 18, but we had 4 walk-ups and he couldn't turn them away. And Bill Webb would generally run with anywhere from 12 to 16, but different styles. Matt had an actual dungeon that was mapped out, Mythos Tower, and Bill Webb made up shit as the game went along.
I mean, Steven Chenault runs big games, but you just got to wonder in games of that size if every player really gets the experience they deserve.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I may be projecting what I have seen in some, because I've played in some with that many and they've been terrible. And I think that may be me projecting that's the issue, is I don't want to do it because I didn't enjoy it as a player, but I don't know.
All right, gents. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, Eric.
Yeah, Eric, thank you.
And I'll come back on the show in a couple of weeks, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll probably invite you. I got to see where my Kickstarter count goes.
Oh, no. Take your time. I don't want you drawing wife aggro, man.
He backed 72 things while we were on the call tonight.
So. Good talking.
Yeah, what do you think I'd be clicking on over here?
All for $1. I backed him for $1.
Yeah. Just got to get my numbers up.
He doesn't even look at them. He just backs them.
Take care, Eric.
Later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The nice part is whatever you back tonight will just be in the auction next year.
That's right.
Yeah, if it's here, it'll be in the auction in 2028 because that's how Kickstarter.
So I know
time it shows up.
I know we're at the 3-hour mark, but by the way, my
nice.
He's finally arrived.
Yeah.
I don't have my book yet because I added on the book, but they're shipping it separate, so I don't.
Yeah, the book's getting shipped separate. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't go through any of that stuff of what we got because I know that my stuff is still buried in boxes at the bottom of the stairs here.
I honestly didn't get much. I got a bunch of Arduin minis, which are going to be kind of hard to show on stream.
Yeah.
I got the Arduin dice, which we already saw. That stuff arrived while we're gone. But the funny part is, I got this because I really wanted to do a sci-fi game. But then I bought this while we were there from Jason.
Yeah.
Bought that too.
And it's funny because Jason and I were talking, and as I was getting ready to leave, he said, he goes, I got to sell one more book, and then everything I have will fit in my backpack to go home.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, give me a book. You know? And this, the nice thing is, this is
all right.
Basically a D20 based system. I go, the only question I have for you is it siege based?
I don't have it, so I guess I'll log off now.
Yeah, you guys all have some special edition, which you didn't have at the table, but I was fine with that. Show special, $30. How can you go wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah.
Prices are good.
So.
Yeah. Is it Siege? Oh my God! Can you imagine?
Well,
can you imagine if he said, "Yeah, it's Siege."
I said to him, "I go, Jason. I go, you know, I've been on Trollo Discord for years. You know, I'm not a fan of Siege." I said, "If it's Siege based, I can't do it." And he's like, "No." He said, "No, this is all Ogre system. These 3 games are all based on Ogre system. It's my own. It's a D20 base, no Siege." And I'm like, "I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when he did like Amazing Adventures, that was based off of Siege, and I understand it. I'm just not a fan of Siege myself.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, this is definitely like an old school D20 system, so compatible with most of the OSR stuff, so
right,
which is cool. So yeah, fun times. Yeah, there. You should get this D20 based system. So why should I get it then? Yeah. Is there one too many of those?
I grew up playing D20 based games, and I kind of like them.
Yeah.
You know? It's like I bought DCC and I bought a set of the dice, but I haven't played it because I don't know, man. Weird dice piss me off.
I mean, I'll run it for you if you want.
The same reason FFG Star Wars is like, I know Jason hates it, but I mean, I had fun playing it, but the dice irritate me.
Yeah,
yeah, but like a D14 and a D16 is easier to grok than like
correct
the crazy symbols. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think it's quite. I mean, I get what you're saying, but
yeah. The symbol-based dice irritate me when I actually have to think about it and figure out what they mean. You know, I should be able to just roll it and there's a result and I'm good to go.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I guess I get the DCC dice thing a little bit, but like they're so readily available now, and they're so easily like used. Like you get a D16, roll a D20. If you roll a 17, 18, 19, or 20, roll it again. I mean, it's not, you know.
They also don't even come up in play like all that much. I mean, like certain classes will, like the halfling and dwarf will, because they have built-in abilities that use it. But like, I think the dwarf is like one of the least played classes in that game anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I know like some judges really like it, so they're constantly looking for reasons to push you up and down the dice chain. But like, they don't even come up that much. I don't feel like anyway.
I hope you're happy, Jason.
I am delighted. Yes.
Chat is complete chaos.
I know.
So, no, yeah, you're right, Matt. And like I love using the D7 because it just, I don't know, for me, like it's just awesome.
That was the exact die that I was going to say made me like turn away from DCC. The first time we played and you told me to roll a D7, I was like, what the hell is this nonsense? And then I'm digging around looking for one. Oh, just.
And it looks like, it's the one that looks like the worst.
Yeah, it looks like something out of a Salvador Dali painting.
Because none of the
one that looks like the worst.
Well, because none of the faces on that lie in such a way so that there's like a flat spot on top. The numbers are always on like three faces that come to a point or like a weird intersection where the number is. And so the number's engraved over the hump.
Oh yeah. That one is frigged.
I don't know. I think the fact that they have a D3 and a D5 are the ones that tickle me, because it's like, what, you can't divide by 2? You really need to have these dice? Like, what do you?
Right.
Yeah. It's just totally unnecessary. But
yeah, no, I mean, but that for me, like that's like a bad reason not to play DCC. Like I think, like for those dice, like the Fantasy Flight, like I'm perfectly fine with somebody saying, okay, this is bullshit, I don't want to play it. But like the D20 thing to say, or the DCC thing to say, oh, these dice are like I don't know. I don't think it's that like big of a deal, you know?
Yeah.
Like, cause you can use regular dice for the Star Wars, but I mean, that would be ludicrous to try and look at it, you know, to roll a D8 and then look that up on the chart.
It's funny because I was talking with Jason Vey about it and he was like, yeah, Fantasy Flight Star Wars sucks. He says, but D6 Star Wars did not hold up very well. And I go, well, what is it you like? And I like Saga.
Well, it's because it's D20.
Yeah. But it's not the D20 WotC, it's the Saga D20, which are different.
Yeah, it's got stuff from 4E ideas that were in 4E.
Chubby, we're trying to get them to come to CNY. If we get Vic to CNY, will you come to CNY? We kill two birds with one stone with this.
Oh yeah.
If we get Vic over here and that gets Chubby up here.
Well, there's your question. There's your answer. When you asked me the other day about special guests, like how much do you want to expand? Well, there's two you definitely want to add if you can.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Chubby, seriously, if you don't have to go Victor here for CNY, will you come up for CNY?
Vic, would you fly out of Amsterdam if you came over? I just need to know what airport to look up. But I was assuming Amsterdam.
So,
and don't worry, if you need a ride to the airport, Roger will just grab me at the last minute.
I'll just volunteer Mike to do it. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that.
I didn't mind. I really had nothing going on.
I know.
So funny story though. Funny story though.
I'm scaring the shit out of me this morning, or
I pulled up my GPS. For some reason, I've driven out there a few times now, but still, when I get off the thruway, I'm like kind of
Amsterdam, Jason.
Yep. So I put up my GPS, and it was totally screwed up the whole way. So I'm driving down the thruway, and my GPS is showing me like half a mile off the thruway on some side road, and it kept telling me to return to the course and everything. The whole way there, it did that. It wasn't until I got there and shut my truck off, and then when I restarted it, the GPS worked fine. But I'm like, I know this is gonna be one of those days.
Yeah, like put you 60 feet over onto like Route 49 or something.
Yeah, it did it the whole way there. I'm like, dude, shut up.
Oh man.
But, and I don't know who the other guy I took was. Who was that? What's his name? I don't know him.
Chance.
He's
one of Matt's friends, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I ended up taking him to Destiny. You guys must have told him about it. Took him there. He was going to go watch a movie and hang out for the day. And his flight wasn't until 8:30 at night.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that late.
Yeah. Yeah, so I dropped him off at Destiny. And he was going to take an Uber to the airport later in the night.
Yeah.
Which isn't far from Destiny.
It's doable.
Yeah.
It'll also help if a year from now, if we're not bombing the crap out of Iran. Not that I'm saying we should.
Yeah. All right. Well, Chubby, I mean, let me know if we get Vic here, if we can get Vic here, then if that gets you up here, that would be cool. We could make a week of it or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Did you hear the part about the tomato pies?
Yeah, there's tomato pie. There's tomato pie up here.
That doesn't.
I realize
that doesn't
Chubby,
get you there. Nothing
you know, honestly, like I know a lot of people, and we talked about this a little bit earlier about like celebrities and stuff, and how the conventions are turning into celebrities, and celebrity things and fan expo stuff, and all of that. And like, there's really only a short list of people that I want as special guests, and like, they're people that. Not that I want to come because, I can say, oh, these guys are a big draw and they're going to be, they're going to bring in people or whatever. Like, I want people that I like, that are fun to talk to, and that make fun products or good, really great products that we want to hang out with and game with. And, I think that's, and like I said, it's a short list. And Chubby, you and Vic, you guys are both on that list, of people that we've talked to that I'd love to get here, and that's really what it is.
I told you, there's one other I'd like to see, and he wants to be here. He's stated that he wants to be here. It's just a whole North Texas thing, but it's not going to change.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get him here, and that's Jeff.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
Because I mean, I don't know anybody at the con that wasn't like, when you talk about OSR games, Hyperborea, and
I think perfect.
He'd be a huge.
We got him.
There you go.
My wife's birthday, and she could visit her friends in New York. Perfect. It's perfect. We got it.
Maybe you hook up with Eric and you ride back to New York after the con to meet up with your wife. Here I am, just
Chubby. That's the only question.
Services of people.
That's the only question. We gotta have special guests that are cool enough to hang out in the hallway with us after the convention closes.
Well, I mean, this is a philosophy difference. You are looking for guests that are special to you for one reason or another, because of who they are, the products that they make, not because you think they're going to put butts in seats for your con, right? So there's a difference. I think it's really cool.
But I do think that Chubby and Vic and Talanian would put.
Well, for this group, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's definitely that style of con.
Yeah, but there's definitely if somebody was like a good fit for the con, but they weren't like a great person or cool or you know what I mean to hang out with or whatever, like I wouldn't,
Right. Right.
I wouldn't ask. I wouldn't ask him to come up.
Yeah, douchebags need not apply.
Yeah, right. And I mean, we've met some really great people along the way. Like, I mean, the first time I started talking to Jason Vey, I think was maybe the Troll Lord booth at GaryCon a few years back or whatever. He was just awesome to talk to.
Yeah, super nice guy.
He's just a nice guy. Yeah, right. And we hit it off with a bunch of things. Just talking about stuff.
Stan and his son and my daughter were all giving me shit. What was it, Sunday? Because I spent like an hour and a half sitting over there talking with Jason.
Oh yeah.
They're like,
Mike disappeared. I was ready to throw his face on some milk cartons. I was like, "Where the hell did he go?" Like,
my daughter shows up and goes, "Oh, food's going to be here shortly." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "You've been here the whole time." I go, "Has anybody come to the booth?" She goes, "No." I go, "Then what's the problem?" I mean, it was Sunday and the last game session was going on, or the first, whichever it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everybody's playing a game. It's Sunday. There's no walk-ins on Sunday, really. It's everybody that's here is in a game. So if you need me, come get me. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here and talk with Jason.
Yeah. No, and it's but those are the people that I want, the people that we want to, because and if I like hanging out and talking to them or whatever, or everybody else is, or most other people will too, right? So yeah, I think that that's those are the people that we got to get.
And the great thing is, look, I went over and talked with Jason, right? I bought one of his books. Later, Jason came over to me and bought some stuff from me for his wife. I went over and sat and talked with Joe for who knows how long. I talked to him at every con I go to. He's always at the same cons as me.
Yeah.
I go over and talk with Greg, and I don't really know Greg much. I'd met him at your con last year, but that was it. I didn't really see him at page 1. I saw him, but I didn't really talk to him at page 1. I didn't really talk to him much at CNY 1, but I talked to him a ton at this con. And I'd stand at his booth talking with him, and then later he'd come over to my booth and we'd stand and talk for another half an hour. And it's just the way the con went. Everybody was very accessible. There was no, you get other cons where the special guests are kind of exclusive and they do their own thing and they kind of huddle together. It wasn't like that here. Everybody just, everybody was accessible to everybody.
Yeah, and that, Mike, like those words right there, everybody accessible to everybody. Like that was,
and I think you need to stick. I think you need to stick with that when you invite a special guest. Be like, listen, man, we'd love to have you here, but this is the deal. We've made a con that's accessible to everybody. We want you to run games. We'd like you to be there. If you're not running a game, be in there. We're going to give you a table to sell your product, but we want you to be in here and talk to your fans, the people that are buying your product. Even if they can't get into your game, maybe they'll come over to you, buy something. They want you to sign it. They want to talk to you about it. You gotta do that for the people that really make your business. I mean, I told you the story. My son makes fun of me because he tells me when I go to these shows, all I do is talk to people. Well, yeah, that's part of it. I mean, I have people come up to me all the time asking me about 3D printing, and I tell them everything. I tell them what to buy. I tell them where to get their models. I tell them whatever. I've had people like, oh, well, that's taking business away from you. Listen, man, everybody can do it if they want to. Not everybody will, but if somebody wants to learn how to do it, I'm going to tell them how to do it. There's no secret here. I'm not gatekeeping it. They can go on YouTube this shit if they want. I would rather take my 10 plus years of experience 3D printing and help somebody starting out so they don't have to go through some of the shit I did back in the day. So,
well, help Vic get through it. Maybe that'll get him.
So when Vic comes, I will tell him all about it. We can sit and talk for hours, and I can tell him how to get started and where to go and all that.
There it is, Chubby. I put that up again so you can see it. I don't know if you want to copy it or what. In fact,
is there any way you can save that so you can post it in every stream?
Yeah, I could pin it. Yeah, it'll go away, but yeah. But you can take a screenshot of it and save it. Let's see here. Save that. So yeah, but yeah, no, that'd be awesome. If you can get up here, Chubby, we're gonna do our best to try and get Vic out here. And I think that'll be a great time. We just hang out and have a blast. So
yeah,
I mean that's what we do. So good times.
I'm gonna make it a point that even if I don't run a game next year, I'm gonna at least get into some games.
Oh, she's listening to this live stream and it's influencing her feelings on these things. Okay, hopefully in a good way.
Is she a gamer, Chubby?
Oh, yeah, does she game or
No,
it seems like she
go
just
visit
wants
her friends
to.
in New York.
Yeah, she just wants to visit her friends in New York.
Yeah.
But yeah. So hi, Greg's wife, and thanks for listening to us. If you're not already, please like, share, and subscribe. No, it's good. It's good to have another listener, and yeah, we're in Central New York. We're right in Utica. Well, we're all in different places, but I mean the convention is right in Utica, and we'd love to have Greg. We'd love to have you as well, but understandably, if you have friends and stuff that are local, go take a visit. Leave Greg with us. He'll be in good hands for a few days, and that'll be that. So there's my pitch. Oh, she's not a gamer. She thinks New York is the best place on earth. Well, she's absolutely right. New York is absolutely wonderful, and you guys should come up and hang out. Sure. Enjoy it. New York is a gorgeous state, especially up here, once you're away from the cities and stuff like that. It is absolutely gorgeous.
I was driving Matt and Chance to the airport, and that's all they were like, man, it's beautiful out here.
Yeah.
And we were just driving down the thruway, but it's all woods. You drive through it, and it's just very rural, all woods. It's like, lakes everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous. So yeah, we would love to have you, and let's make it happen. It'll be a great birthday gift for Chubby to let you go hang out with your friend while he leaves you alone for the entire weekend.
Yeah.
Is that too much, you think, guys? Too much? Right on the line?
You might have oversold it.
Not enough? I don't know. I'm trying. So, yeah. Yeah, we missed you, Baron. Next time, next year, for sure. So, yeah. So that's great. Fantastic. I think that about covers it. So that's our convention redux. I want to thank everybody for coming and watching, and thank you guys for putting me on the bottom row where I belong until I reach 10Car's level of Kickstarter.
You gotta redeem yourself.
Any last thoughts on CNY?
Great
Looking
time.
forward to next year.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really, really fun.
I think she just enjoys hearing people talk about her husband. Okay. I mean, whatever works. No, we think that Greg is amazing and all of his products are fantastic. No, and I'm not saying that. I know Jason's laughing. I'm not saying that because hey, I'm trying to make friends here, but seriously, we've said it on streams before. You can go back and listen to them. The stuff that this guy produces is absolutely amazing.
Yep.
And especially so that he's, a one-man band for all this. He's doing the writing, the layout, everything. I mean, it's to the point where Jason, who hasn't ran a game in, 4 years?
4 years.
4 years, hasn't run a game, used Shadowrim because it is so amazing, and he latched onto it, and it is just the perfect Skyrim thing. Like he was like, I want to run this. I want to run a game in this. So like, it's. I mean, that's how awesome that Greg is. And we even said it earlier. Like we can't even keep up with his updates. He writes so many things. It just keeps coming. Every day I get like I can't even keep up with them all. Like, you know, just because there's so many updates and so many things on the Shadow Sun stuff. It's just really great stuff. And every game he's got different mechanics and stuff in it that just really emphasize you know, the lore and, you know, the world building of that specific kind of thing, you know, and it just works, and it's great. And so we love it. And so obviously, like, we would love to have him at the convention because you know, other people love it too. And you know, I think it'd be great to have him here. And I mean, we would all love to hang out with him and, you know, have a drink and sit out in the hallway, you know, half the night and just shoot the shit. Cause I mean, that's what we do. And it's just fantastic. So, so that's that. Maybe, you know, and all that's true. I'm not trying to, you know, like, celebritize, you know, Greg in like any way or whatever. Like I wouldn't say it if it wasn't absolutely true.
Well, not for nothing. He'll be a special guest.
Well, yeah, you would be a special guest. You'd have a special guest on it.
He's a special guest.
Yeah. So, so that's fantastic. That also means I'll cover your hotel. So, you know, there's that.
And I'll even share my 11% Voodoo Rangers with you.
All right. Well, some perks are better than others, but you know. Oh boy. On that note.
Yeah, we gotta end it. I've had 2 of these so far. I don't need another one.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. And yes, Vic, if you can get here, we will get you a propeller hat that says very special guest. That we can do, no problem. No problem. So thanks everybody for coming. We'll see you guys next week. I think actually Saturday night at 8:00, I'm going to do a stream with a few of the guests that were at CNY with Jason Vey, Matt Tapp, and Todd Ritzema from Blackwall Gaming. Cool. The dropship guys. So I think that's going to be Saturday night at 8. They want to talk about the convention and all that. So that'd be cool. So, his wife said, "Ooh, fantastic. We're getting there. Looking good for next year. Yeah. Looking good for Vic and Chubby." So yeah, so we will see you guys on the other side. Thanks everybody for coming and listening to us. Please like, share, subscribe. I need to get more subs than Jeff does. So, please subscribe and share that around. Thanks for coming, everybody.